Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to the build-up show. I was going to say talk a good game. That's afterwards. We're not going to talk a good game. We might not even talk a good build-up, but what we are going to do is try and get ourselves in the mood for the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford today. Now, I've not seen the team lineup. We're going to talk you through that in about, in about 3 minutes. So as soon as it's live, I'll read it out. I know some of you already know, so I'll just, as a pre-warn you, that I haven't got the live chat up just yet, because I know there's a few of you all clued up and in the know, and you'll know what the team is already. I like to receive it as au naturel, if you like. I do mean clothed, by the way. I don't mean I like to receive it naked. But what I like is the team news delivered to me an hour before kickoff. And that's exactly what we're going to get. I think I know. I think we're going to get the three holding midfielders in the middle, unless there's some Paqueta surprise. I'd love a Paqueta surprise. Sounds tasty, actually, doesn't it? I'm not sure we're going to get one. I'm sure Scamacca will be playing up front. Let's be fair. Antonio hasn't really done from the starting team, does he? Let's be fair. I do hope that even if we've got these three defensive midfielders, that please throw us a crumb, Moisey boy. Please throw us a crumb and at least let us have Ben Rama on the left. A little bit of attacking intent at least. Is Bowen fit? I don't know. You may well know by now, but we're only 2 minutes away from revealing what's going to be the first team. Now, before I get started, a little bit of housekeeping. Gio's not here today, as you can see. It's just me on my own. Today, if we hit 28,000 subscribers, and we're only 5 away, by the way, and you can't unsubscribe and resubscribe. It doesn't work like that. Somebody in this chat, you don't have to type anything special yet. We'll save that for the bet. Somebody in this chat will win a T-shirt of their choice from our online store, which is hammerschatstore.com. Before I get started proper, I will be reading the team lineups from the OneFootball app, who are kindly sponsoring this app. I can never point it in the right. Basically, this screen is in reverse, so I can't quite point at it. The OneFootball app's your one-stop shop for all your West Ham footballing needs. It's a generic football app, but the great thing about the OneFootball app is you don't have to listen to or read all the other crap. You don't want to hear about Arsenal, who are 3-0 up, apparently. Don't want to hear about Man United. Don't want to hear about any of those things. You only want West Ham lineups, West Ham transfer news, all the West Ham news. Then just when you download the app, which is free, tell it that you support West Ham, goes around the internet and finds all the news stories from the newspapers, all the news stories from the generic Premier League websites. Finds, I guess it searches for the word West Ham, irons, hammers, that sort of thing, bundles them up and chucks them at your phone, so you don't have to go searching for all the West Ham news. Now, talking of that West Ham news, I do believe I have waffled long enough to talk us through to the starting lineup, and we do indeed have it. So, here's the starting lineup. I'm reading it. That's first I know of it. Oh, that's interesting. Right, I won't keep you any longer. Fabianski in goal. No surprise there. I think let's be fair. I think Areola played very, very well in Europe. It wasn't really busy, but when he was called upon, he did himself no harm at all. His distribution was really good, Areola. However, that doesn't matter because Fabianski's in, and Fabianski's not having a bad season at all. Right back is Thilo Kehrer. Now, he's had some choices here, David Moyes, hasn't he? He could pick Soufal, he could pick Johnson. He's gone with Kehrer. That was my choice. In fact, the back four is entirely my choice. Well, David Moyes has picked it, but it's the one I would have chosen as well. If you join myself and Gio for the preview, then you'll know exactly what it is. Dawson's back. Really important there. I feel Dawson being back is so important for our team, so important for the way that we play. And I think not just defensively to give us a bit of a threat up front. Then we've got Zuma and we've got Cresswell. Now, no surprise, Cresswell's been playing well. I'm just going to switch the chat back on now. Yeah, the first thing I've seen, I've just switched the chat back on. The first thing I see is Major there, and Major is saying Downs at number 10. I do believe that to be the case. Now, Charlie, as very efficiently as you may well see at the bottom of the screen, you just see there, scrolling along the bottom of the screen, there is the West Ham lineup. So let's take you through the rest of that lineup. So Cresswell left back. Has to be really, doesn't it? Rice, Souček as holding midfielders. Downs is good. Downs is there as a sort of holding midfielder, but an attacking holding midfielder. No, what was I call it? He's a defensive number 10, a defensive attacking midfielder, a DACM. We'll call him one of them. We got Bowen, who's had a little knock during the week, apparently. So Bowen starts on the right, Benrahma on the left, and of course Scamacca up front. Not my choice. The defence is, as we've already ascertained. I think it's far too defensive in the middle. But hey, look, what do I know? I want to read you through some of Moyes' comments in a little bit once we've got the bench done, the Man United team, and done all of that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that's the team. That's the team. I'm pleased the front three is that. Let's leave it at that for the moment. And the bench, if Charlie is got he's quick, isn't he? Areola, Johnson, Soufal, Ogbonna, Emerson, Fornals, Lanzini, Coventry, and Antonio. I think the interesting one right there, well, I say the interesting one, maybe the interesting two, is no Cornet still and no Paqueta. He wasn't pulling our leg, was he, Moyes, on that one? He was telling the truth. Antonio can come on, make a difference. Lanzini can. I think he played really well midweek. I mean, it's not full of attacking players. I think we can probably say that. There's a lot of defensive options on the bench there. What can we do? Well, I guess when we're missing Cornet, when we're missing Paqueta, it is going to massively hinder who we can bring off the bench. I still would have liked an attacking midfielder rather than a defensive attacking central midfielder, if you know what I mean. But Dawson back there. Pleased about Dawson being back there. Pleased that Bowen's recovered. There we go. And Scamacca starting up front. He just does now. I think it happens so frequently now. He is our first choice striker. It almost ain't worth discussing it anymore. I think we'll talk about it more when it doesn't happen, when Antonio gets picked ahead of Scamacca. Swig on me tea if you don't mind. The thing is, when Gio's here, you see, when he talks, I can have a swig of my tea. But now you've just got me for the next half hour until Charlie turns up, and then he'll take you through all the way through to watch along. And also, if you're struggling where to watch the game, he can perhaps help you out in that regard as well. So, Charlie, Mr. Walsh, would you please show me the Manchester United team, because I haven't seen it yet. Oh, there it is. De Gea, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, Fernandes, Elanga, and Ronaldo. Okay, I mean, look, what do you expect? I wasn't expecting a crap team there. I like Maguire being in there. I've got to say, he's not having the best of seasons. It's going to be really interesting to see what Scamacca deals with this, and with Maguire there and Martinez there, who... Gio was saying the other day that Martinez got a good leap on him. He jumps really high. You know, he may well be, but he's sort of 5'8", 5'9". You know, Scamacca's 6'5", so I would expect him to be able to dominate him. I think you can make Maguire nervous. Maybe I'm talking myself into a bit of positivity here. Casemiro's the one. He's your playmaker. I had somebody discussing the other day that maybe Casemiro was Man United's Pirlo. Now, I'm not going to put him in that class. Pirlo was an imperious player, wonderful player. I'm not saying Casemiro's crap, but I think the idea is maybe that Flynn Downs stands on Casemiro, not literally. Of course, he'd probably get... would standing on Casemiro be a straight red? Maybe a yellow, definitely, possibly a straight red. But we're basically going to man mark their defensive midfielder. Oh gosh. Anyway. Don't worry about it. So Fernandes playing. I watched them midweek against Sheriff, actually, Man United. They were okay. I like they're funny up their winger. They had a tricky little winger there who's not playing today. I'm quite pleased about that. Dalot looked good though. Look, Rashford was the one. Rashford looks really, really sharp. Isn't it funny? How the tide has turned. I'm starting to fear Rashford more than Ronaldo now. Although, remember Ronaldo played against us last season, didn't he? And scored a couple. Did I have that right? He was a bit of a menace. So I remember Fabianski spilled the ball. Was that last season? I think it was spilled the ball. And one of Ronaldo's goals, he just sort of tapped it in. Anyway, That's that. Do we have the Man United bench, please, Charlie? Oh, thank you very much. Bishop, Dubravka, Malasia, is that how we say it? Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek, Garnacho, that's the kid. Very good. Sancho, Pelistri. Don't know who Pelistri is, but I did watch that Garnacho play the other day. He was really, really good. Very, very good. It's not the strongest Manchester United bench you've ever seen. It has to be said. That is said. I mean, he's a really tricky attacking player. Clearly, Sancho is maybe not in the best of form. Maybe not in the best of form, Sancho. But he's got options. If the game's not going his way, he does have options. We'll do our bet in just a minute. Gio's not here, so we're going to spice that bet up a little bit. What I do want to do before I do that is I would like to bring your attention, if I may, to some comments from David Moyes, and I found them quite. I don't know. Okay, basically, David Moyes has said that what we've got to do, West Ham have got to do, is to show more belief. Basically, it's all about belief. Basically, show more belief and be brave. Okay, let me just read you David Moyes' comments here. David Moyes said, last year, this is his press conference, right? Last year, we did quite well against Manchester United. So I know we lost both games. In the last minute, if you remember the Rashford game as well? Not the Rashford game. What's his name? See, I've almost forgotten his name, which is no bad thing. The Jesse Lingard game, of course. He said, but last year we beat Chelsea and we beat Liverpool. We ran the top teams really well last year. Now, I would say we did. We did do that really well, but at our place, all right? Not away from home. He said, we've been to Anfield and lost narrowly, and we've lost at Chelsea narrowly. He said, we've got to see if we can change that a little bit. I don't know if you want to call it unluckiness. Probably not. And we want to turn the unluckiness into lucky and see if we can get a result. What it comes down to is trying to make your own luck by being brave, positive. Brave and positive, basically. We want to be trying to challenge the big teams. Okay. Look, I understand what he's trying to say, but it's no good asking the team to be brave and positive from within the framework of a team that doesn't attack very much. When I say doesn't attack very much, when he's talking about the way he plays against the bigger teams, he wants to challenge them. This is what I perceive him to do. He starts the game, and Mikel Antonio has alluded to this in a podcast recently. He starts the game and he starts the game tight, all right? So what he wants to do is not concede for the first 50, 60 minutes. Keep it tight. Keep it at 0-0. If he can nick a goal, great, but keep it at 0-0 and then try and win the game in the last half hour or something like that. Now, I'd suggest it doesn't work in the away games. That's his away game strategy. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked, right, against these big teams. We've done the stats to death. Let's be fair. However, what I would like to see is us actually going for it from the start and then him do the opposite. So, bearing in mind that other one doesn't work, why don't we just go for it from the start, try and score some goals, and then try and protect the lead or something like that? Rather than looking on the bench and trying to think, oh, who can I bring on to score us some goals? When you score us some goals, then look at the bench and think, actually, I'll bring one because we've got loads of defenders. Bring a defender on. I don't know, just something a little bit different. He's asking the team to be brave. He's asking the team to go out there and win. He's asking the team to have belief. But you have to have that message in yourself. Moyes has to send the messages to the team in the shape of the formation. So it's all very well him saying, boys, go out there, do it, get the win, be brave, have belief. Okay, well, nothing says have belief like here's the team, we're going to go and attack them. Anyway, that's just what I thought on that. Anyway, right, we will get to some of your comments in a little while. I think now what we have to do, probably the best thing that we can all do, is make ourselves a little bet. Now, I think let's get back to the chat, the live chat. What we want to do is want to boost this up. So first of all, I'll tell you what, we normally do this a little bit lopsided. We normally do the scores at the end, but what I want to do is I want to put a precise score in for this bet. All right. So give me some, it's got to be a West Ham win. You can't put in Manchester United 2, West Ham 0. All right. Sorry, Garino, everything is along. Charlie, just want to mix that ticker up at the bottom there, mate, just so as people can see the West Ham team and the West Ham bench, please, matey, if and when you're around. If not, I'll change it myself in a minute. What I want is some scores. No good having West Ham. It's no good having Man U 2. West Ham 0. The odds are going to be crap. Thanks, Charlie. The odds are going to be absolutely crap. So let's find a juicy result, and then we're going to try and bump it up. We'll try and name a couple of the goal scorers. So there's a couple of 2-1s to the Hammers there. I can see already. That's interesting. Again, a 1-0 West Ham's not going to cut. It's not going to be good. Okay, I'll tell you what. I've seen that there. This one I like. I like this. Vinay. I'm going to go with that. Right. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off with an actual predicted score on this, and we are going to go with. This is going to be really, really interesting. We're going to go with 3-2, which immediately takes us at 40-1. Okay, you know what else I'm going to ask now? Who is going to score? Let's name two West Ham goal scorers and 1 Man United goal scorer, right? I mean, let's make it very, very juicy here. I'm going to do one, and I'm going to leave the other 2 to you. I'm going to do Dawson. That sounds rude. I don't mean like that. I am going to player to score. I am going to select Dawson to score because I think, I like it. I like it. Why not? Dawson to score anytime. Bang. We've got that. Right. Let's go back to the chat here. You'd have to excuse me. I'm a little bit slow. It's a little bit more difficult on my own. Okay. Look, I can see some people are saying Rashford. Some people are saying Ronaldo. So, do we go with Benrahma or Scamacca? Scamacca's going to... Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with those two. I think they both get substituted in this game. I can't guarantee... I like it when you think a player's going to play the 90 minutes. Scamacca's going to play longer than Benrahma. Otherwise, I would quite like Benrahma. Bowen. Let's go with Bowen. There's a few of you saying Bowen there. And we'll go with Rashford as well. A number of you saying Rashford on there. So, Jarrod Bowen there. And then one... This is going to be a nice little bet. I say a nice little bet. What else are we going to do? How about a card? Anybody fancy? There's no point doing just a generic red card. Who's getting booked in this game, please? While I swig my tea, type amongst yourselves. You're a funny lot, honestly. Who's gonna? Okay, so Downs. Oh, I like that. Downs yellow. Okay. Do you know what? I'm actually gonna do that. Play a card. Flynn Downs. Oh, blimey. Booked. Right. Oh, all right. Fair enough. Okay. Right. This is what I'm gonna do. You have to excuse me because I'm having to actually look round the camera to do this. Right. Excuse me. 2 seconds. I'll look around the camera to do this. Right. Bet is placed. The bet, boys and girls, is placed. Let me just tell you exactly what this bet is. Right then. So this bet is, the score's going to be 3-2 to West Ham. Craig Dawson's going to score. Jarrod Bowen's going to score. Marcus Rashford's going to score. And Flynn Downs is going to be booked. Right, okay. What I'm going to do with this one is if this bet comes in, 3 of you... let's see that. Arsenal are 4-0 up. 3 of you are going to win £500. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. We like the big bucks here, right? I think that's better. That's better than one person winning 1,500. 3 of you. Everyone's a winner, not quite. But 3 of you are going to win £500. I haven't had time. See, this is the thing. I'm having to do all the jobs here. So I can't think of anything sort of innuendo-ish to say. So let's just go. What's the first thing I can see? Okay. The phrase that pays. So basically, if you want to be entered into the draw, if that bet comes in, three people that type this phrase are going to win £500 if the bet wins. The phrase is Downs and out. Downs and out. I should have gone with that, James. James, that's a good one, but I'm not even going to pick that. Downs and out. The spelling is absolutely key. While you start typing that out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check our subscribers. We have hit, boys and girls, 28,000 subscribers. 28,000 subscribers. So first of all, I would like to thank you all very, very much. For anyone that's subscribed, anyone that watches a load of old rubbish, I'd like to thank you very, very much. What I did say at the start of the show is if we reached 28,000 subscribers in this particular show, then what I was going to do was I was going to basically, we'll pick one person out of the chat. I won't do it right now. I will pick one person out of the chat when Gio gets back, because it's just a lot easier. Thank you very much, Darren, for that, by the way, mate. That's very nice of you to say so. And one of you can go onto our shop, which is hammerschatstore.com. Pick out a t-shirt of your choice, basically, and we'll send it out to you. So, hopefully there's lots of winners today. Hopefully there's t-shirts and there's £500 here and all the rest of it and all the rest of it. So, yes, if you're wondering why everyone's typing downs and out, you have to basically type that into the chat to be qualified. That's the phrase that pays to qualify if our bet wins, which is West Ham to beat Manchester United 3-2, Dawson to score, Bowen to score, Rashford to score, Flynn Downs to be booked. If all that by some absolute freak of nature comes in, then three of you will win £500. There you go. But someone's definitely won a t-shirt. We can say that. Got some nice t-shirts on the shop. Go and check it out. Not now, though. Not now. Don't do it now. Stay with us. We'll see each other through. So anyway, there you go. Hold on a second. Let's see what Harry's saying here. Gonzo, I should get a shirt. I'm subbed on your pinball, and I couldn't care less about it. I very much appreciate the support. But I got to say, Harry, do you know what I mean? If you are an avid watcher of my pinball channel, and I did appreciate all the subscribers on there, you're probably more likely to win a pinball t-shirt, to be perfectly honest, mate. It's very good. £500, you can get a pint and a burger at the ground. I do wonder if I do wonder if we're cheaper or dearer than Old Trafford. We've got to be dearer. We've got to be dearer. And just Andy Walsh, thank you. We're absolutely thank you. 28,000 subscribers is It's pretty damn fine, really. Pretty damn fine. Pretty awesome. We certainly never would have thought that would have happened. But we're not stopping there. We're going to carry on going. So you never know. It might even be 28,001. No, it is 28,001. That's right. I'm not going to basically announce each and every one, but we do thank you all very, very much. So let's just go back through the team. We'll go back through the team, and then we'll find out what you're thinking about it. So the West Ham team, if you would be so kind, please, Charlie. I'll tell you now. I can remember it basically. There's a first. We have Fabianski goal. We got Tilo Kehrer starting at right back. We got Dawson, who's back, massive for us. That is Zuma and Cresswell. Good back four. Rice and Souček protecting the back four. Who are we kidding? Rice, Souček and Downs protecting the back four. And then you've got Benrahma and Skamaka and Bowen, who has been declared fit. So yeah, there you go. I think that's a bloody good. Because that's a bloody good team. There's some bloody good players on there. Not the team I fancy. Look, it has to work. That's all I'd say about this. Moyes' tactics are basically to shut it down. But I think, we have to, within the parameters of that, it's all, as I mentioned earlier, it's all very well David Moyes calling for the team to be brave and to attack. We've got to attack them. I tell you what's got to be better. What has absolutely got to be better is our delivery from set pieces. Not very good recently, I've got to say. I think the two best at it in our team are obviously Cresswell and Bowen. They've got to be on it a little bit more today. I think that's got to be it. And we've got a target. We've got Dawson in there who's really going to attack the ball. So I think that's good. It certainly gives us you swing that ball over and get it into the box, and you've got Dawson there, you've got Souček there, you've got Zuma, you've got Skamaka, all those guys in there, and Rice ain't small over. Let's get that right. You've got a chance, you know what I mean? But the delivery has got to be good, and I think it's high time we started scoring from corners again. Can I just say a massive thank you to the Ox for your donation of £4.49 sterling. He says 28,000 subscribers Well done. Thank you very much. And we really do. We really, really do appreciate it. As I say, Gio's not here today, and but he messaged me this morning and said, "Oh, don't forget to keep an eye on the subscriber count." And I'm glad he did message me, because to be honest with you, I would have completely forgot without me. Look, got me little list here today. Anyway, so how are we feeling? We got the bet done. We've had a nice chat. We've given away a T-shirt. We've discussed Hammers Chat 28,000, and all those comments are absolutely lovely. What are we feeling about the game? How are we feeling about that? Is anyone actually confident? Give me don't give me your scores just yet. We'll do scores in 5 minutes, right? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. The home crowd. Well, obviously, I think it means crowd, not crown. Needs to be louder and more consistent. Obviously, we're not at home. We're away, and I am. This is something I would like to actually just tap into just quickly. That's a really quiet stadium. It's really funny because when we do the videos, when we do the previews, I've sort of got a bit of a I've managed to get a little bit of a reputation for almost slagging off slightly the opposition. I don't particularly mean to do that, and I refrain from doing it. And one thing I didn't say in the build up was the Old Trafford's the quietest stadium I've been to. Now, I'm not saying it can't be loud, all right, and I'm not saying that that all of their fans are tourists. Clearly, there's not. I do understand the Stretford end is full of people from Salford and all the rest of it. I get that, but it is a quiet stadium. It really is, and there are a lot of tourists there, and it's the quietest I've ever known. I've ever known. And if things ain't going their way, you can hear a pin drop in there. And actually, it is a big stadium. It's what, 73,000, something like that. I might be out by the odd thousand, but we get a lot of fans in there, and we can make an awful lot of noise. I think that's quite important, and that's one thing that David Moyes does miss. That's one thing that doesn't happen. His tactics are all very well and good. I understand why he doesn't from a tactical perspective, but that's probably why they worked better when there were no fans in the stadium. But those tactics don't particularly work when you're playing against an away stadium with a crowd there, because his tactics don't make the crowd nervous. His tactics make the crowd comfortable. What the opposition crowd see is wave after wave after wave of attack, which helps you get behind it. You know what you're like. If you're at West Ham and you're watching West Ham attack, you're watching it. You're out your seats all the time. There's lots of oohs, there's lots of ahs, there's lots of hitting the post, and you're thinking West Ham are going to score in a minute. That's what you think. Well, this was my point before the Everton game. Don't make Everton think they're going to score in a minute. Well, they did. And this is the thing about sitting back. We can make that, an absolute library. We can make that really, really quiet by basically attacking Man United, going a goal up. That'll make it silent. Just defending and inviting wave upon wave of attack. It does not help. Thank you very much, Susan. A fiver there, Susan Riaz. Thank you very much. I know you put a little sticker or something in it. Unfortunately, with the software we're using, we can't see it. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you can probably see it. But thank you very, very much. Well, you know what I mean, Andrew. You know what I mean. This is Sky Sports interviews about Man United fans. Only about two of them had Mancunian accents. Wow, it's not for me to say. What's Scott saying? Said feeling some Ben Rama magic today, Gonzo. There we go. Either that or yes, or he's getting hooked off after 60 minutes. He may well do. I'm not sure we got that much creativity to be able to do that, but you know what, I'm pleased he's playing, really pleased he's playing actually. And I think that would have been really depressed me if 4 hours have been playing there. Dallo should leave some space down the left. Yeah, absolutely, he does. He was very attacking. I know maybe they were only playing Sheriff the other day, but yeah, I thought he was a very good player, certainly. Gary says not confident at all because of the team, because Moyes is too defensive. He's not won against the Sky top 6 team away from home in the league, and that's bloody pathetic, to be honest with you. Can't argue with that. I mean, he's quoting stats. He's just quoting stats, isn't he? That is true. Well, it's true. The only team it's not true with, I think, is with Manchester United, but doesn't count. With Everton and West Ham, he doesn't win away from home against those teams. Well, okay, so I was just about to click on something I probably shouldn't have clicked on. Harry says, I think with a team selection, we'll play a bit similar to how we did against Liverpool. If we're breaking up their midfield, it'll be very frustrating afternoon for Man U. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? It does look like an opportunity missed against Liverpool. I mean, really does. And Mark says we can take it to them. I think we can. We have enough ability to take it to them. We've got some good players. One more swig of the tea. Hold on. Here's what I think, right? We'll get some scores in just a second. Here's what I think about it. You can't continue to play like the pauper and plead being the pauper. Moyes has just spent 180 million. We've always had some internationals in our team, right? But we're not talking about Gary Breen here, right? We're talking about Declan Rice is the midfielder for England. I think so anyway, right? He's the main guy. He's like him, Harry Kane, Declan Rice. You might argue a couple of others, maybe Raheem Sterling are the first names on the team sheet, all right? I know he's not playing here. We got Brazil's number 10. We got a 50 million pound player. We've just spent 30 million pound last season on a centre back, and another 35 million pound this season on a centre back. We got a German international defender, the guy that has played most for Germany since they changed their manager. So they're not talking about a substitute who plays sporadically, right? We got Scamacca. We got Italy's number 9. We got a load of really good players, really, really good players. So I think when you do that and when you spend 180 million, I just think going along with the old begging bowl and trying to plead that you're the pauper and all the rest of it just doesn't cut it. My point is we have got the players to take this game to Man United. We really do. And it's not just Man United. We have got players to be attacking games more than we do. It's I'd just like to see it a little bit more. Anyway, there we go. Right, boys and girls. What about some scores? Let's have some score predictions. Forget what we did for the bet. What are you actually thinking? I'll try and keep up with the clicking, and we will see how we go. Just give us a couple of minutes, Charlie, will you, matey boy? But Charlie's in the I was going to say the green room, the blue room, definitely the blue room, and we will go for it. Okay, so it starts off with Mike, who says 2-1. 2-1 to West Ham, more importantly. What have we got? We got a 0-0. We got a 1-1. Nicola says 2-0 to Man U. She's not the only one. 1-0 loss, says Greg. We got 3-1. Alan, 3-1. Little bit, there you go, little bit optimistic there. Alan, I don't blame you, by the way. Many meant 2-2. Yeah, I mean, Ryan thinks 2-2 as well. We got 2-1s. We got 3-1s. We got Ralph. It's another 3-1 Man U. It's sort of, yeah, I mean, some of these scores are more realistic than others, but you keep them coming. What's saying? We either win 3-0 or lose 1. Wow. Okay. That could be interesting. Late winner for them again. Oh, that'd be a killer, wouldn't it? Really. Let's be fair. We don't want any of that. It's quite funny while I'm clicking on all of these scores just here. My Google reminder has reminded me, all right, that West Ham are playing today. Thank you very much. I'm sort of aware of it, but there we go. Oh, there we go. That would be cool. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Indeed. 1-0 Man United. There's a mixed bag. There's not a ton of confidence, but some of you are confident for this one. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be let's say, hold on, sorry. It moves so quickly. You are very confident. The usual suspect is incredibly confident in he's making his point there about the T-shirt. And, of course, the phrase that pays is downs and out. You need to get it. You probably don't need to get it in now. Charlie probably allows you to do that during his show as well. There we go. So, anyway, thank you very much for all your scores. May I please now invite in Mr. Walsh.
There we go. I've pressed the right button. Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, physically a bit all over the shop, tired, a bit achy. I mean, mentally, I'm looking at the team, I'm looking at that. I'm feeling a bit tentative, but we hit 28k, so
we did hit 28k.
Swings and roundabouts. What a grand old time.
And I didn't miss it when we hit the 28k. Did
Fair.
you see my message?
No, I've been running around.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
What I like about, you'll get this with Pringles, right? What I like about being online and putting yourself in specific scenarios about, say, Big Danny, or in my case also Jordan Hugel, is people send me updates on these human beings.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, so you know that. You got that.
I did see.
Okay.
I did see.
Okay.
I did see. It was very exciting for me. The other one went because obviously the Jordan Hugel's another big thing. People just whenever Jordan Hugel scores, I know because I'll get DMs from people going, "Jordan Hugel scored." And I'm like,
yeah.
it's just a grand old time.
If Adama Traore does anything, people let me know.
Yeah.
If any Dembele anywhere
Yes.
is even, it's not even West Ham. You know, I mean, a Dembele could eat a tin of John West salmon, and if it was just anything sort of, do you know what I mean? Then people will let me know, and for some reason, the whole world lets me know if they eat a Pringle.
It's one of those things you just, you know. It's one of those things. It happens. What can you do?
No, there's not a lot, but funny enough, I almost mentioned a popular chocolate bar the other day, which I've taken to eating quite a lot of. And I didn't mention it on purpose because I actually know that's gonna result in a whole lot of other messages about that particular chocolate bar. So I don't mention it anymore.
What we should do is just make an entire bit where you eat cheese on a stream or something. I don't know. It seems like a bad idea. And then, you know, people just demand cheese of you. But, you know, what can you do?
Well, I don't mind if people give me chocolate. Actually, I did. So I went down. I think it was Steve. Went down a boat, and his lovely wife went down a boat one day, and I've got loads of chocolate. They work for. I think they work for Mars, which in turn own Galaxy.
Sure, that sounds about right.
And I'd mentioned that, you know, I like the Galaxy, and I can't even remember. I think I'd mentioned on something that my chocolate stash had run out. It was just on a video, and I met him down a boat and had a big old bag of chocolate for me. I mean, a proper bag of chocolate. Like a carrier bag full of chocolate, which was nice.
It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It was a beautiful thing. Oh, chocolate. So Bobby 66 says chocolate. Did you see this? Have you seen this? It's got a sinister tone to it. It's like Phil Mitchell. I don't even think that's a question. It sounds like an order.
Oh, there was another guy from EastEnders in the chat last week. I can't remember who it was. And I didn't recognise the name, Gonzo, right? So I saw the name, and I realised sort of vaguely what was going on, but I didn't recognise... Because hands up, I haven't watched EastEnders in a long time.
Yeah.
And I looked... And so I sort of put up the comment, and I spoke about it. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I know something's here, but I'm not sure what. So I Googled it, and it was a character from EastEnders. Sorry, not character. It was a person from EastEnders. I apologise, Mr. Mitchell. Please don't hit me. But then I don't know if you've seen. Have you ever looked at the EastEnders wiki, like the EastEnders like fandom wikia? So not the Wikipedia page, the like ones that fans do, which is essentially
no. Funny enough, no.
It's incredible, Gonzo, because you have the character, you have what you'd have like on a Wikipedia page. So you have like the early life, their jobs and all that, but then you have like their kill counter and how many dum-dums they've got, duffs they've got, and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was very good. It was very exciting. So I can't act like I haven't gone. Nish, that's who it was. Thank you very much, Nicola. It was Nish Panesar. That's who it was. And so I can't act like I haven't been just sort of.
And that's a character, right?
It's a person on the documentary EastEnders, Gonzo.
Documentary? No, but it's a character. That's not the actor. That's a character in it.
That's the That's the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
but yeah, so that name came up, and I was like, I know something's going on here, but I'm not entirely certain what it is yet. But yeah,
I feel bad that I don't watch EastEnders. Obviously, I don't watch any soaps. I feel bad. Obviously, there have been times in my life when I have watched it because my girlfriend. But I feel bad because Perry's in it, and
sure,
and obviously, you know, Perry. You know, we like Perry. Perry's a good guy. Perry likes a bit of Hammers chat. And to be fair, I have watched it when Perry's been in it, but years and years and years ago. That's Perry Fennick, by the way, who sports a Hammers chat polo shirt when he's in the Queen Vic. But no, that's right, Andy. Yes, Andy heard that correctly. I don't use soap. As I said, I don't like soap or whatever.
What do you use?
I said I don't like soaps. So Andy's and basically Andy's trying to pretend that I don't wash.
Sorry, my brain didn't put 2 and 2 together there. I'm not fired on all cylinders, apparently. I didn't get that. I'll say this. I used to watch EastEnders all the time. All the time. And then I stopped a couple of years ago. And I stopped sort of basically once I moved out. And then, because my mum watched it, and then I stopped some. But I'll say this one quick story about EastEnders. Do you remember Minty?
Yes, yeah.
He ran me over with his car.
In the show?
No, IRL. That was IRL. It was 1,000% my fault. And to be fair, he didn't hit. I jumped out of the way. And it was 1,000% my fault. But at the same time, come on, Minty, mate. Come on.
Did you speak to him afterwards?
No, he was pulling into a petrol station that I was crossing in front of the bit where you drive into, right? And I just wasn't fully paying attention. Like, I feel like he still didn't have to turn in at the rate he turned in, but at the same time, I clearly just wasn't paying attention enough. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see this, frankly, quite underwhelming car come pulling in. And so I was like, oh, flip. And I did that sort of jump out of the way turn thing. And then I turn and I look. And as the person gets out to put the petrol pump in, it was Minty from EastEnders. And he did a sort of angry look at me.
Did he gave you a saucy look?
It was, listen.
Angry, saucy Minty. Angry.
Yes, exactly, yeah. I wasn't gonna mess with him. But yeah, so after that, dead to me as a show.
That did it. You were there. You couldn't miss. You even watched the omnibus on that one. Yeah, West Ham be playing not today. Can't watch it. I'm watching the EastEnders omnibus if they still do such a thing. They still do an omnibus.
They used to, right? It feels like free views. It feels like free views. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just light work for them, but I don't know if they do.
Yeah. Well, I met. So you know Buster Merrifield is.
Yes.
So Buster Merrifield, Uncle Albert, and Only Fools and Horses. So I was down on Bournemouth Pier years ago, and I was down with my mates. And what people used to line all their deck chairs up along the pier, on the pier, very wide pier, Bournemouth Pier. And we were walking down there, and he's quite distinct. Well, basically, it's either Uncle Albert or Father Christmas, right? It can only be one or two people. It's very distinct. Or Charlie when he's old. It can only be one or three people, right?
Give it a couple.
So anyway, so me and my mates, and we must have been, I don't know, we're 17, 18, 19, something like that. We're down there. And we weren't rude, weren't nasty, but we spotted him. I was like, Uncle Albert, hey, all right, Uncle Albert, how you doing? And, and then we were sort of scrambling around. There was no phones in. Who's got a pen? Anyone got a pen? Someone got a pen? Can we have a, And so it's funny, isn't he? Obviously, he's an actor. So just by, you're an actor, you would think, well, unless you're Michael Caine, you've got the ability to change your voice. And, I was really surprised. You're really surprised. He had the right arse, Charlie. He said, "Oh, do you mind? I'm trying. I'm trying to relax with my wife. Us celebrities are allowed to have a bit of relaxation and a bit of privacy, Oh, blimey. Oh, and we said, Uncle Albert's bosh." Which, he wasn't happy.
I remember.
My mate Pete said, "Does that mean we can't have an autograph?" No, you bloody well can't.
you got to take a chance to see if you can ask a second time. It doesn't, even if they're going mad, yeah, but what about quick autograph? I remember where my girlfriend used to live. Max Branning used to live quite near her. I don't know where exactly, but I used to see him relatively quite a lot when I was especially at the bus stop outside her house to go back home. But what he used to do, very much in that sort of I don't want to be bothered kind of way. So he'd wear a hat and stuff and whatever. But as he was approaching the bus stop, because it was quite a busy bus stop, because there's quite a lot of people getting on, there's not many bus stops. And so he would just get as he was approaching the bus stop, blah, 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 just sort of pretend to start talking on his phone as if he'd had a phone call that second. Yeah. And then the second he got past the bus stop, straight back down again. And I used to look at it. And first time I thought, oh, he's on the phone. That's fine. I would never. My thing when I see people like that in public is I never approach them anyway because I'm like, you're just going about your daily business. I don't need to bother you, sort of thing. But the first time I saw it, I was like, he's on his phone, and sort of a couple of other people clocked him on his phone or whatever. And then I must have seen him over the course of because I was, I've been going out with the same girl for donkey's years, right? So I was at that bus stop a lot, and I'd seen him 5, 6, 7, 8 times every time without fail. About I don't know, about a 3 kicks distance away from the bus stop. The phone comes up, 3 kicks a distance away, phone goes back down again. I'm like, do you know what? It's probably quite an efficient way to just be like, don't talk to me. Don't talk. I'm on the phone. I'm busy, sort of thing, but without saying anything. I respect it. It's a lot of effort. It's probably getting a lot of work.
Well, a lot of footballers do it, don't they? When they're sort of coming out the tunnel, they know in between that bit from the stadium to the coach. A lot of them do that. They don't do that. They actually put a phone. Imagine if they didn't have a phone. Thought, I'm going to try and wing it. I haven't got a phone, but I've got to get from the stadium entrance to the coach. Yeah, I'm all right, Mum. How you doing?
I've got a game in a minute. I've got a game in a minute. I can't talk right now.
Yeah, mate, you've forgotten your phone. Anyway, sorry. Garth says he sounds like Basil Brush. He might not have sounded quite like that, by the way. That might not have been an accurate Buster Merrifield impression. I found out he lived very close to Bournemouth. I found out afterwards. He goes down. He used to live in a place called Burwood, which was very, very close. Which is funny enough, is where Eddie Howe went to school. Anyway,
very fun fact. There you go.
Not many people come from Verwood. Well, apart from the people that live in Verwood, but probably not many famous people come from Verwood. I would think it'd be absolutely lovely if there was somebody, because it's quite a small place, right? But I wonder if there's anyone in here in this chat. Think, Verwood! No one's ever mentioned Verwood before. I'm from Verwood. Nice one.
Where my mum comes from, it's quite a small place.
What's it called?
What's in the southwest? Well, she grew up in Street. She's actually from further north, but she grew up in Street, Somerset, right? And there's 2 schools. There's 2 schools there that you can go to, and one's like a mega posh one, and one's the one my mum went to. And because it's obviously quite a small place, whenever it comes up that someone's from there, my mum goes, "But what school did they go to?" And then if it's the posh one, she's like, don't like him anymore. Like him anymore. So like, what's Lando Norris, the Formula 1 driver? He went there. Okay. He went to the posh one.
The posh one, yeah.
Someone my girlfriend was looking up the other day. She went to the posh one, and like my mum, without fail, would just be like, "Which one? Wait, hang on. Which shop? Which school?" And then if it's just the posh one, she goes, "No, don't like him."
No, it doesn't matter. It's void. This, for some unknown reason, is one of my most favourite messages we've ever received. It's brilliant. My mate Pete moved to Verwood. So we still don't have anyone from Verwood. But Toby53.
Toby's mate Pete.
I don't know, but my mate Pete apparently moved to Verwood. Excellent. But you know what? Is Pete a West Ham fan, I wonder? If he is, he ain't watching this bloody video. Otherwise, he would have typed it. It might be one of those ones because you've got to be registered for 10 minutes before you can type, haven't you?
Oh yeah, 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know what it is, but
register. Yeah, create account. Yeah, create YouTube account.
A couple of minutes after you leave, I'm gonna get I'm from Verwood.
Verwood, massive.
And I'm gonna completely forget what that is and be like, fair.
Verwood, well, there you go. Now we're getting somewhere. There you go. Well, my funny enough, you know, the Crown. My friends, mum and dad, used to be landlord and landlady in the Crown. There you go. I tell you what.
Let bun the watch along off. Let's have a real niche discussion about such a specific area of the country. Let's get real in there.
It's a very small town. But to be fair, I mean, Matthews is obscure. We are talking about 5 miles away from Verwood, but you probably do. Unless you're going through the New Forest, you'd probably have to go through Ringwood to get to Verwood. Anyway, I can't believe it's taken this turn. We got a football match. Charlie, before I go, tell me about the football match.
Look, it is what it is. You look at the way David Moyes set up. We all knew it was going to happen. He wasn't going to step outside of his boundaries for that. To be honest, playing Flynn Downs is a bit beyond what he would usually do to some extent. I look at it and I'm thinking there is something to be got out from this game. Manchester United aren't firing on all cylinders, but it is going to take something a little bit special from us. I think. I don't think that's unfair to say, but. Yeah. We're starting Downs, we're starting Ben Rama. That's 2 things I probably wouldn't have expected to happen. There are enough players on that pitch with Bowen, Ben Rama and Skamaka who look like they've been linking up quite well recently to damage them. But it is going to take a little bit of something. However, it's totally possible, Gonzo. And I would highly suggest you will stick around for the entire watch along and get involved and watch it happen live together. That's where the belief comes in, Gonzo. I'm going to do that thing where just before, I'm going to get a bit too excited before the peak and kick off, and then undoubtedly we'll start incredibly slowly again, and the joy will seep out from my face. So watch that happen as well. But If you want to hear actual smart people talking about the game, like Gonzo, come back at halftime and full time, especially for the review. And
I think I'll be joined by Irish Tommy for the review.
I love that.
Which would be fun. He's always got a good opinion. Paqueta's injured, by the way. I saw someone asking. There we go. Listen, Charlie, enjoy the game. Everybody else, enjoy the game. I'll see you all, 60 seconds, however long it takes me to run down the garden after the final whistle. Charlie, enjoy, my friends. Enjoy your watch along. Thank you very much. You can kick me out because I can't find the button thing, and I'll catch you later.
Enjoy yourself. There you go. He's gone. He's gone. What a sad time to be alive. But all of you are still here, and that's the important thing. How are you all? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day. It is, of course, West Ham versus Manchester United at the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. What a grand old time to be alive. Let's start by asking for your confidence levels. We're about 13 minutes away from kickoff. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? And that's what I want to know. That's where we want to start. We've got that truncated time, me and Gonzo. Whenever it's just me and him, we just have conversations. So the time is truncated. So we're gonna have to skip through it. We're gonna have to get through it. Quick step. Today the posh one is you are 1000% correct, Tony. I tell you what, if you went there, my mum won't like you. So congratulations, by the way. We actually got to 28k. What a time to be alive. Gonzo mentioned it, so I assume he did the giveaway. If not, we'll figure something out. And at the same time, we also had a poll in chat, which I will end now. Out of 625 people voted asking, are you happy with the starting lineup? The starting lineup, of course, going across the bottom of your screen. 2% said they were fuming. 13% said not really, 26% said they were very happy, and 58% said, yeah, it's fine. So more confidence. Last time there was a bit of a difference in there, but this is a lot more happy about it in general. More so than other. Let's have a look at those lineups while you get those numbers in. Where's the button I'm looking for? Is that one? There we go. So West Ham lineup as such. I'm glad that was on the screen because honestly, I hadn't checked. Fabianski starts in goal with Kerr, Dawson, Zuma, and Cresswell in defence. Really good to see Dawson back. Really, really good to see Dawson back, actually, to be fair. That's something else I didn't mention. Rice and Souček in a double pivot with Bowen, Downs, and Ben Rama just in behind Scamacca. Very, very expected. I'm expecting it to be the 4-2-3-1. I'm not expecting any curveballs with this whatsoever. I think we know exactly what it's going to be. But like I said, the inclusion of Dawson is very good because I think that makes our backline infinitely better. I think you look at the inclusion of Ben Rama and Downs as positives. It might not be the sort of dynamic number 10 that we're looking for, but if that can mean a sort of more 4-3-3 thing coming forward, allowing Rice and Souček to get forward, maybe getting some nice pressing from the front, allowing Ben Rama and Bowen to be a bit more creative, then it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it is also, the way it is. The bench being Areola, Johnson, Soufal, Fornals, Antonio, Lanzini, Ogbonna, Coventry, Emerson. And you look at that and you're saying, really realistically, Fornals and Lanzini are the only other options for the 10 in there. I would probably play Fornals, but it's still going to be sort of relatively defensive, right? Either way. The confidence levels on your behalf. Good afternoon, Chuck, by the way. Hope you are. And hello, everyone. If you said hello and I missed it, I apologise. Like Jamie. Good afternoon, Jamie. 8, 5, 1, 2, 6. Confidence level 2, 4. It's all over the shop today. Unexpectedly, to be fair. Very expectedly. They've been known to leak, to be fair. 6, 4, 4.5, 4.5, 7, 7. 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 5, 5. See, I mean, a lot of sort of like we're sort of probably averaging out in the middle somewhere, but a lot of fluctuation here. Afternoon, Jeff. Hope you're well. 6 out of 10. 10. We will lose 2-1. I mean, you might be preempting my score prediction there, Richie. I'll say that much. 7, 8, 3, 1, 4.25. Ooh, going for a cheeky quarter scale. 5. The Scottish Allardyce won't get anything from this. Rudegate, good to see you. Hope you're well, bro. 4, 6. Hoping for a draw and at least a few goals scored. Well, we'll take that. We're taking that. You know, it's one of those things where, like I say, it's you're sort of your confidence levels are sort of where I would expect them to be. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't know what we're talking about. That is actually quite true, though. I'm not gonna lie. 6.9. You love to see it. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be. It's. I can't exactly act like I disagree. I think the confidence levels are about, good to see you, Logan, are about where I would expect them to be, right? Sort of fluctuating, some higher, some lower, but in reality, sort of averaging out kind of in the middle somewhere, probably in the 5 sort of range, probably. And that's a good point as well, to be fair, Trini. Cornet and Paqueta aren't available, so we're limited with attacking options. I don't think that's unfair. Yes. Although, if you look at the Manchester United lineup here, he doesn't start. He is on the. He's not even on the bench. I don't think. No, he's not even on the bench. Man United lineup as such. As I try and figure it out live, I had to type it in. I'll just read it from the thing I typed in. De Gea in goal. Dalot, Maguire, Martinez and Shaw in defence. Casemiro, Eriksen in midfield with Rashford, Fernandes, Elanga and Cristiano Ronaldo ahead of them. A couple of interesting selections there. They obviously went strong in midweek, so that's probably informing it somewhat, but slightly shocking the way it's ended up playing out. Their bench being Bishop, Dubravka, Malacia, Fred, McTominay, Van der Beek, Garancho, Sancho, and Palestri. So as you can see, no Anthony whatsoever. So there we go. Those are the lineups. Is this you? Are you going to try and get me to install Lightroom through a GitHub link? That was a wild evening. I was like, oh, Clips is uploaded. I watched them all. For the watch time. Do you know what I mean? Why not? I hope you will. You're not wrong. I mean, the thing is about him, right? Is he's obviously one of the greatest players to have ever lived. But I'm not too concerned about him. You know? If I'm sort of happy with the way, if I'm in general, just taking a step back, if I'm a Manchester United fan, and in general, I'm pretty happy probably with the way that Ten Hag has gone about his business dealing with him, you know? Bit like Payet to an extent, but I think like including him here, it's weird, I'm not that concerned about him. I'm more concerned about, you know, the players around him. You're looking at your Elangas, your Rashfords, your Fernandes. Those are the players I'm sort of more, Eriksen. These are the sort of players I'm more concerned about than him. I don't know why, but that's where we're at. We'll go quickly with a quick sub bingo, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been here before, that's when we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. You don't have to say what player it will be, although I will bring the subs bench up if you want to put a little bit of sauce on it. Just what minute? I'm going to go very classic, 69. I'm going to say Ben Rama for Fornals. Easy as you like, Ben Rama for Fornals. How you feeling? What are you saying? But yeah, the lineups are expected. In terms of confidence levels, I'm probably. Come on, Dave. I'm probably a little bit less than that. I'm probably at a sort of 6. I think there's certainly an ability to go and do that, but you know, is that true? Last time we won at Man Utd was 2007. Flipping heck, that's mad, isn't it? That's actually kind of mad, but you know. It's not unexpected, but it is kind of mad. Still, it's a long time. Yeah, he is, but I look at it. It depends on what side he's on. Basically, what I'm saying is, whoever's going at Kara, I'm a little bit confident. I'm a little bit nervous about that side. So actually, it's probably going to be Rashford, isn't it? In my head, it's good, whichever side. That's sort of what I'm talking about. Although I don't think he's crap. I think he's actually quite good. He's just young and raw and needs time. But you know, never won a league game at Man United in 15 attempts. Jesus. Not going to go well. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in my holiday home in North Idaho today because, of course, it is live on Sky Sports, and I don't have Sky Sports at my house. So I'm live at my holiday home, at Big Danny's holiday home in North Idaho to watch the game. But if you are looking for a way, like me, to watch the game, then there are definitely ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the description below, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Click on that. All fans of all clubs welcome, but most importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Sorry, called Stream Links. And you should find what you're looking for. And there, of course, there's a timer in the top corner to say how much further than you I am behind. Because obviously, given the fact I'm in North Idaho and everything else, I'm probably going to be a little bit behind. Let's have a look at some of these sub bingo predictions. Benny, 60, 67, 50, 65, 72, 16th time lucky. Yes, Darren. That's the vibe. Come on. 16th time lucky. 67th minute, Ogbonna for Skamaka to protect our 1-0 lead. Do you know what? I'll take part of that. 72, 49, 68, half time. Do you think he rushed Bowen back? Sofian, good to see you, by the way. I can't act like that isn't a little bit in the back of my head. You just have to sort of trust that he hasn't, but I can't act like that isn't a little bit in the back of my head. 80, 12, 72 minutes, on comes Antonio. Yeah, I say it, but that's probably the most obvious one, isn't it? Antonio for Skamaka is going to happen around about that time. I think Willie's bang on for that. Stu, hope you're well, bro. After a big result yesterday. Did it end 2-1? It must have ended 2-1, right? I was watching a stream when it was 1-1, and then I looked at the score later and it was 2-1, so I hope it ended that way. We at the tango. You've been tangoed, Kit. Okay, well, you can't win them. You can't win them all. 72 minutes, come back for Antonio. Ben, my G, I hope you're well. Hope you're good. If you ever have used any of the links in the Discord, this is the man you've got to thank. Ben. Well, there's other people you can thank as well who sometimes Henry, who's sometimes in the chat. Ginge. There's people who do good stuff over on the Discord, but give Ben a thank you. Give him a shout out. Lee, my friend, good to see you. Hope you're well. I don't know. There's something about just like there's something. I don't know. I always get a little. I'm sort of fluctuating. On confidence. I'm going back down again. I was getting a bit more confident. I'm going back down again. And with about a minute and a bit away from kickoff, let's get final score predictions in chat, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen the teams. You've seen the lineups. You've seen the bench. You felt the vibes. We had a conversation about EastEnders. And about a very specific location near Bournemouth. What are your score predictions? Ladies and gentlemen, get them in chat. While I try and turn on the television. He said, is it our worst ever kit? It's a great point, Wedgie. Because the thing is, I don't mind it that much. But even if you don't mind it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. You know? That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good kit. Oh, it's got to be up there. While I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll remind you of our sponsor today. They are called OneFootball. They're a beautiful lot of people. They've sponsored us many times and helped us out massively. And they're a lovely, lovely app. If you've ever wondered how Gonzo, for example, today got the lineup for the build-up show, and bang, OneFootball app is where he gets it from, because it allows you to follow only the things you care about. So, for example, if you want to hear only about West Ham and none of those other donuts in the league, you just click follow West Ham, and it will show. Oh my God, that's got a lot of flipping fingerprints on it, doesn't it? You click follow West Ham. Let's angle it like this where you can't see them, and it allows you to just see that information. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. You can follow just the Premier League. You can follow just whatever you want. It allows you to just specify what you need and want. None of those other apps, just the OneFootball app. Ladies and gentlemen, link in description below. Thank you very much for sponsoring us once again. The lovely people over at OneFootball. Right. Let's have a little look at some of these score predictions as we get closer to kickoff. Scroll up to where they started. There we go. 2-0 Man U, 1 or 2-0 United, 4-0, 1-1, 2-0. Come on, Darren. Ritesh, good to see you, my friend. 1-1. Kit sponsored by Fanta is very fancy. 1-1. P0 kill kit. That's a pretty good way of wording it, to be fair. 2-1 Man United with a dodgy VAR dying in the 9 minutes. Stress 2-1 it is. 3-1. We'll be taking that. 1-0 says Chuck. 1-0, 2-0. Looks like the Robojo kit with Bolognese spilt down our laps. Happened to the best of us. 10-0. 1-1. 4-1 Man United, Scottish Allardyce will bottle it. 3-2, why not? Pure scattergun. Dawson Brace, Ogbonna, Steve McLaren and Wan-Bissaka. Lads. We'll take it. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just a couple of seconds away from kickoff. At Old Trafford, West Ham to kick off. Come on, you Irons, deploy the boys. It's time to run. Two things. It's West Ham United. It's Manchester United at Old Trafford. Let's go. I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United. Let's go. Big flipping plays. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Can you do it? Yes, we can. Shouts. Natello, good to see you. Can we do it? Can Moyes break the curse? This player is on the pitch capable of doing it, but it's going to take a lot. It is going to take a lot. Good. Because I don't have any. I haven't had time to go to the shop since the last one. So I haven't even come close to getting any. So it's good to know football. If we do need them, we may call upon you to consume the bell. Yeah, once he gets back, it's going to be a little bit more confident. But before then, yeah. Manchester United passing it around at the back. They are going to play out from the back, which again is probably, if I'm giving Moyes credit, would probably be a reason he would go for Downs in the 10 position. He is a decent presser. He is a decent on pressuring them. And if they're going to play out from the back, we could use a bit of that. Having said that, right now we're not really doing much of it at all. They're sort of just passing it around and we stood still. Ronaldo with his first horizontal visit of the afternoon to the ground there. I don't think, to be fair, I think it was a foul, but still. 3-2. You're going to get mad, boys. Listen, thankfully, I can't look at the chat. So, through to Ben Rama. That's a good opportunity, Ben Rama. Can he take on the defender? He does, hits it, deflects off the defender. Okay, good defending there, but I'll tell you what, not bad. The beautiful thing about this whole situation, Richard, is that the chat moves so quick that I can't keep up with it a lot of the time. And on top of that, I'm an idiot and I'm sort of trying to do 4 different things. So I tend to miss the spoilers, thankfully. But what can you do? It's not. The thing is, I don't not like the kit, but you know. I don't have any cheddar either. Or any red socks. But yeah, I don't have any cheddar either. Otherwise, I probably would. The closest I have is a Dairy Lee Dunker. It's the closest I've got. And listen. If it's necessary, it's necessary. But Jeffrey, hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day in the US of mother frickin' A. Good to see you, my friend. Man United passing around the back again. Like I said, I almost understand going for Downs if we are going for that sort of pressing from the front line type thing. I understand that. I think, do I want it to be the case? Like, look, I would rather maybe someone else playing in that position. But Man United will play out from the back. That is how Ten Hag does it. So I can understand the sort of idea of that. Having said that, we're pressing less than we have done of late. We're sort of cutting the passing lanes, but much deeper. That's a good ball into Dalot, who whips it across. Ooh, a little bit squeaky bum there. Rashford came charging across, can't quite get a connection on it. Next, I think it was Ronaldo. Yeah, it was Ronaldo it was next to. It was a nice pass from Dalot. Little bit of miscommunication there between Rashford and Ronaldo. Better opportunity might have taken it, but still. Yeah, like I say, one of those things where, like, I would be fine with it if we were pressing a bit more, but we're sort of stepping back a lot deeper than we have been of late. We tended to, be a bit more further forward and a bit more proactive in the press. Not massively. We're not out here like flipping Jurgen Klopp's Dortmund in their prime, but we are certainly stepping a little bit out of our shells. However, having said that, although we've got the personnel to potentially do that today, we're not necessarily doing it. Manchester United, when they do collect the ball and go again from kickoff and lay it short and start passing it around at the back, there is very much a lot of standing around. They're covering the passing lanes, but we're not really being we're not being any more proactive than that, if we're being perfectly honest. But, we'll see how it goes. I do, Frost. Good to see you again. Hope you're well. No, look, I was planning to, but I just haven't had the time. It's going to happen. Between now and the next stream, it's going to happen. It's planning to happen. Will it? Yeah, no bells, John. No bells. All ball forward. Nodded down by Carrawell. Nodded down by Carrawell. No bells. I haven't had time to even go shops. So again, we don't even have a bell. The closest we have is a Dairy Lee Dunker, which again I will eat on stream, but it's the closest we've got. No Halloween football. Yes, Ray. Let's keep it as spookless as possible, please, gentlemen. That's what we're aiming for today. The lads on the pitch. Oh, that's a nice ball over the top. Jared Bowen can't quite get there. It was bending a little bit inwards. It was a nice idea. And again, yeah, instantaneously, the second the ball transitions, he starts trotting backwards. Well, that's a ball over the top. Alanga can't get a shot away. We'll be fine with that, if I'm being completely honest. The ball comes in over the top. It was a nice ball. Not sure who that was. It's a really nice ball over the top, and he gets the control, but Zuma's all over him. The control was a little bit, kills the momentum a little bit. It was nice to get the control at all. It was a difficult situation, but it did kill the momentum, allow Zuma to just get completely and utterly on top of him, just annoy him into taking a shot, and completely misconnects it. Oh, that's nice. First time pass from Skamaka into the path of Bowen down the right hand side. He's taking on Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw comfortably beats him. Just nips that one away. But there you go. That's a little bit better. They went for that long ball. And again, we've just seen how they can be dangerous on the long ball with Rashford, with Alanga. They've got some people who can get in around the back, and Ronaldo's going to play on that last man. But realistically, we're fine with that long ball. We recollect it instantaneously from there. A little bit of awkwardness there between Kerem and Bowen, and Man United regained the ball because of it. Afternoon, Kevin. I'm all right. I'm very, 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 very tired. But apart from that, I'm all right. How are you? I hope you're well. I don't know. I've got no idea. But I've been very not looking up team user stuff in the last couple of months, so I've got no idea. But yeah, he's still away. Oh, it was this thing, innit? It was the collar thingy that happened in the match, wasn't it? Collarbone, whatever it was that happened. Do you remember he went down holding this and he went off and he sat on the sideline sort of holding it? It must be that. God knows what or why, but that's what I think it is. Manchester United deep in our half, passing it around, trying to find a space. Zuma. Now we've been forced into the long ball that we want to force them into, and Manchester United recollect it instantaneously. Casemiro. It was a nice idea to try and find Marcus Rashford, but we'll take that. It was all over the shop. Kara outpaced by Rashford, but thankfully can't get there before it goes out. We'll be fine with that. We'll be taking that all day long. All day long. I don't know. I recognize the voice, but I can't place the name right now. But whoever the co-commentator is on the USA network, which is definitely where I'm watching the game, just asked if there's any significance in the orange of the West Ham kit. I'm going to go with no. Maybe. I think there's a. He's got a lot of good things about him. I don't think he's quite Declan Rice, but he's got a lot of good things about him. I do like him a lot. Being in that sort of, I don't know. He's just playing. The fact he's playing, I'm not going to complain too much about. How are we playing? You know what I mean, Mackenzie. I was going to say Mackenzie. McKelsey, sorry. Yeah. not super well. We've not been abject, not been bad, just not really stepped out of ourselves. But then again, neither have they. I think this is a process right now of two teams sort of feeling their way into the game. Neither have come out of the blocks super well. Bowen can't quite get up to Martinez there. The ball gets forward. He tries to battle his way around, and Martinez does really well there to just hold him off. So yeah, two teams just sort of not quite getting there, you know. Dave, thank you very much for the £5 into the full-time fund. Got my Hammers Chat tee delivered yesterday, first time wearing, hope it's lucky. Listen, which one did you get? I'm rocking one of mine today. We also, of course, have the Oasis-inspired Irons mug from HammersChatStore.com. We also have the beer mats from HammersChatStore.com. If you want to get those, I mean, I've got loads of merch just everywhere at the moment in this household. It's sort of spread everywhere. I want to get the jumper back. I need the hoodie in my life, you know. It's a bit nippy. I need the hoodie in my life. But Dave, thank you very much. Which one did you get? Oh, dangerous and scary there. Pass back to Fabianski, and Ronaldo was all of a sudden on top of him. Fabianski just ends up booting it clear, which usually I get a bit frustrated by, but this time I'll accept in that specific instance because that was a terrifying moment in everyone's lives. Specifically mine, right then, on camera. Langer trying to play it forward. Deflection, Dalot plays it in. Man United passing it around, just looking for a bit of space on the outside of the area. Good defending there from Kera. The ball was looking for Shaw on a sort of overlap into the area, and Kera just gets a nice head to it. Now Manchester United can dominate possession and just take their time passing it around. This is what they want now, just to be in complete control of the game. They're in our half, camped in, just passing it around at the back, passing it between their defenders and their midfielders, just trying to find that little bit of space. There's not a lot of it. Rice does well just to nip that away. It ends up bouncing around, and West Ham collect the ball. Downs trying to force his way out, but Casemiro does better than him, to be fair. Out of the two, he's probably the better midfielder. Casemiro, you give him that. He's quite good. Eriksen trying to find Dalot. Oh, that's a bit of dangerous. And my thing's clipped. Okay, thank Christ. I don't know what happened there. My thing glitched. My TV glitched for a split second there. And I don't know what happened, but the fact is, it's fine. It's fine. Way too deep, not pressing, typical Moyes tactics. The thing is when, yes, it's going to be typical Moyes. So once they get over the halfway line, once Manchester United are over the halfway line, there is not even a second idea of, you know, they're going to push their way and press here. No, the second Manchester United get over the halfway line, we will concertina into our defensive structure, into our defensive formation. We'll huddle up, and that's what's going to happen, right? The second they get over the halfway line. Before the halfway line is usually where we step a little bit. It's usually where we get a bit beyond ourselves and try and make something happen and try and find, you know, just try and find ourselves something in that game, cut the passing lanes and that. But we're doing that a lot less today than we have been of late. We've been pretty alright at it of late. You know, we've been a bit more proactive in the press than we have done under David Moyes. You know, we've done some nice cutting of the passing lanes. We've been a bit more forthright. But when they have had the ball, Manchester United at the back with De Gea, with Martinez, with Maguire, we've cut the passing lanes, but very deep, much deeper than we usually would. And it does feel a little bit, look, this is going to be a classic Moyes game. There's maybe at some point he changes it up. Maybe at halftime, the boys come out and they do something different. This season, that's been a bit of a habit of ours, starting slowly and then at halftime doing something and coming out a different side. But I don't know. I feel like this is just going to be a very long, very Moyes game, and I can't see it being anything else than that. Natello, thank you very much for the £3. Do you like pork pies, Charlie? Oh, Ronaldo decides to take a shot from range. That's fine with me. Do that as long as you like. Do that as long as you like, Cristiano, mate. You ain't scoring from there. That's fine. Picks up the ball about 25 yards from goal and just decides to shoot despite having options, despite having space to run into, because he's a donut. Do you like pork pies, Charlie? Meat, vegan? Any? I do like a pork pie. I like most type of pies, to be fair. If you're asking me what the best pie is, I would go with a Fray Bentos steak and kidney. But I like a lot of pies. I don't mind a vegan pie. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that at all. I'll be happy. I'll be taking that. Thank you very much, Tanner. Oh, Dawson to Rashford. Bad. Marcus Rashford charges into the area, hits it. Deflected over. A worrying, scary moment there. Craig Dawson gets away with it a little bit. He just, again, they're pressing better than we are. Ronaldo's just on top of Dawson. The only option he has is the Kera, who's maybe... No, I'm not going to say he's too far ahead. It's just Marcus Rashford's on him like a shot, goes in, and good block from Thomas Souček in the end. Marcus Rashford takes a shot. He dives in, stops that one from going on target, and it's going to be a corner to Manchester United. They take it short. Luke Shaw with an outside of the boot cross. Very confident there from Luke Shaw. Back to Fernandes as they look to try and spread the ball across to Anthony Elanga. Cresswell can't stop him. Dalot puts it in. Header. Oh my God, the TV stops. Oh, okay, right. It's fine. It's safe. You know what I mean? Elanga comes in on the inside. His control ends up at the feet of Dalot, and it's a nice ball in. And I tell you what, Marcus Rashford does well to get up and header that one. Power gets nice power on it. A little bit more direction may be necessary, but Fabianski more than equal to that. Way too close to him. Still, Ben Rama across to Kera. Short to Skamaka. We managed to keep possession of the ball somehow. West Ham now spread it across faster than they usually do. Oh, that's not a bad ball from Cresswell. It was a nice idea. Very, very, very early cross, but it was a nice idea. And hooked away from Manchester United. Thankfully, straight to the feet of Dawson. And we go again. It's a nice idea from Cresswell there. Super early. It would have taken something spectacular, but it was a nice idea. Skamaka finds Ben Rama. Oh! Hits him with the spin. And then the shot deflects off the striker. Skamaka hits it, another deflected shot. Mate, we are shot heavy right now as a team. I bloody love it. Ben Rama stepping up with a nice little cheeky spin. With just taking it past the boys. Love that from him. We're in a situation where we're just going to take a lot of shots. We're very shot heavy at the moment, and I'm looking at this situation again now, and I'm thinking it's just going to be shots for days, isn't it? It's just going to be shots for days. Fernandes short to Ronaldo. Again, he just the blinkers on it. He needed to cross that. He goes for a shot in a stupid situation. It gets blocked. It comes back out to him on the left hand side. Finds Shaw. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, back to Cristiano Ronaldo. Thankfully, the cross wasn't great, and it's a block out for a corner off Jarrod Bowen. Yes. Yeah, the shot was what it was, but I mean, yeah, we're very shot heavy. Lots of shots from range. Ben Rama, Skamaka, they're both people who are going to start taking pops. Bowen. This is my ultimate shot-heavy side. The only person missing is Paqueta to pull the strings and, get a couple of people in those positions. Played in from the resulting corner. Well, Fabianski manages to get that one away. Ben Rama finds Declan Rice on the underlap. Nicely done. Oh, takes it round really well, Declan Rice. Apparently that went out. Don't think that one went out. I'm not going to lie to you. Don't think that one went out. He does really well to take that past Marcus Rashford. Yeah, he's kept it in. I don't really, it is what it is, whatever, but poor linesman there, just misses that out. It didn't go out, but really nicely done by Declan Rice. Just to go through on the underlap, pick up the ball, take it round Marcus Rashford, diving in, keep it in, charging forward. That really nice work. Even if the linesman doesn't see that, even if the linesman doesn't. Oh, Ginster's Cornish pasty good. Do you know what's really good? Do you know what I'm obsessed with at the moment? Ginster's wise, I'm obsessed with the peppered steak slice. I get that frequently. I love a peppered steak slice. No bells, unfortunately. I haven't had time to go to the shop. So no bells, unfortunately, MC. If it comes down to it, maybe we can have a discussion. Like I said, Dairy Dunkus is probably the closest I've got to it. But yeah. Johnny Tibbs. Let everyone, if you're in the chat, let Johnny know how you think we're playing. It's very David Moyes, Johnny. We're sitting very deep. We're looking to only counter-attack and we're not really getting the numbers forward. There's been one or two flashes, but we're not really stepping to it. Man United have got a bit better in the last 10 minutes to sort of get a bit more in control of the game, crafting maybe slightly better opportunities. Still not at their peak by any stretch of imagination, but probably the better team. Probably the better team. Rice on the ball. Under some pressure there. He's just turning around to the rest of the team, just sort of say, where are the options? Nice ball by Zuma to Kara, to be fair. Very nice ball. Kara to Souček. Plays that one short to Jared Bowen. Rice with a very poor pass. I like the idea to try and spread it quickly out towards Ben Rama, but not good. Yeah, it's going to be a foul. Foul against Finn Downs and Casemiro makes sense. Yeah, I like the idea from Declan Rice there, but it was a very poor pass in the end. Straight to Manchester United. I've been to London and Paris and Tokyo. I've been to Scotland and Canada and Mexico. I believe in Joe Hendry. Oh, Dallo looking for that early ball to Cristiano Ronaldo again. We cut that one out well. Flynn Downs forced to go backwards. They're pressing well, but it's a nice pass by Kera. Just into the path of Souček. A little bit of a heavy touch there. No one giving him any options whatsoever. Manchester United can counter-attack. Thankfully, good block by Dawson off Rashford. Hooked away from Souček, returning, coming back. Nice flick round, to be fair. Fernandez looking for that long shot. Rice gets the block. Manchester United just lining up. Forcing them back slightly. Look, the defensive structure's working. We're getting the blocks in. We're forcing them into taking shots from range. This is what we want. This is what a David Moyes system is set out to do. Just reduce the space in the centre. Stop them from getting in there. Force those long ones. And every time they try to come centre, we're winning it. That was a definite foul. But it's a nice play on from the referee. And Ben Rama's charging down. He's basically up by himself against 4 Manchester United defenders. He tries it. I tell you what. Fair play, wins a corner. That is excellent work from Said Ben Rama. That is absolutely beautiful from him. He gets Skamaka, nods the ball onto him or flicks it onto him, and now he's charging forward. He can't quite get away from the defender. I think it's Martinez. Just step overs, just letting him go left, right, and centre. Martinez just grabs him to pull him back. And thankfully, the touch from Dalot ends up putting out for a corner. That's brilliant work from Said Ben Rama. Here comes the corner. Souček and Dawson running train. Cresswell. It's not a bad delivery, to be fair, but headed away from Manchester United. That was a decent delivery. Usually we're a lot worse than that, so we'll take that. Cresswell does well to find Ben Rama. Apparently that one also went out. Not quite sure about that either, but there we go. It is definitely. I disagree with some stuff Patrick is saying here, but I do agree it is definitely the same tactic. It 100% is. I like today, especially against Manchester United, it's the same tactic. I think over the course of the season, we've seen different tactics and we've seen different approaches from West Ham and different approaches from David Moyes specifically. But realistically, this is the exact same thing you would expect from David Moyes last season and the season before. But I don't think the money is to change the situation in these games. What we've played, the players we've bought, and the money we've spent isn't to change how we approach a game like Manchester United. It's to change the way we approach in every other game. The games where we come up against Burnley-esque teams who are going to sit deep and counter-attacks against us, which we've never been able to deal with under David Moyes. It's to change those things. And we have to remember as well, there are a lot of... Oh, that's a nice ball again over the top for Ben Rama. De Gea comes steaming out. Good defender from David De Gea there. Comes flying up. But again, Ben Rama. I'll tell you what. He's definitely the biggest threat. He's definitely the biggest threat. De Gea comes out confidently and just gets that one away. But yeah, in sense of it's those games where it's going to improve us. And we do also have to remember there are injuries in this side, right? You're looking at the lineup. You're looking at a team who don't really have a first choice right back right now. Well, Kara comes flying forward, lays a shot to Bowen, hits it straight up there for De Gea. It came to him in a flash and he hit it well, and he is offside, to be fair, so it doesn't make a difference. But Jesus Christ, straight at David De Gea, who makes the save. Kera did well there, didn't he? Skamaka played it out to him. He just comes flying forward and he takes it past two Manchester... Bone was offside. He takes it past two Manchester United defenders, almost by suggesting he was going to do something else. Not really tricks or skills. There was a drop of the shoulder, but it wasn't really that much of one, but managed to take it past two. I'm not going to complain. We also have to remember the injuries, right? No, Paqueta, for example, who was obviously a huge part of that outlay. Aguerd's not fit still. We don't really have a first choice right back right now. There's problems in this team that allow it to to some extent, forgivable. I don't forgive it. I still would like us to go a bit more for it. Again, looking for Ben Rami. I tell you what, Skamaka does really well there to get up and win the header and keep it in, and Rice does really well, and it's going to be a foul against him from Bruno Fernandes. He does well. I was like, we're battling for it. We're getting a bit better in the last little period here. We've got a little bit better with those long balls to Ben Rama. We're looking for it maybe a bit too often, but we're going for it, and we've found a little bit of joy down that side. We're battling for it, certainly. Skamaka dropping deep and getting involved in play is looking nice. They're getting a little bit better, if not great. But yeah, like I say, there's factors around the way we're playing, but obviously I would still prefer us to actually go a bit more for it. But I can't act like even if we were, I don't know, a difference. I would have expected a David Moyes performance today, and that's what we're finding. Chicken ham and cranberry pie. I've never had that. It sounds like it could be great. Cranberry's one of those things for me where you get a bit too far in and I can't be dealing with it. But a bit of cranberry I can deal with. That sounds beautiful. Ribeye and Guinness pie. I wouldn't have it because of the Guinness, but ribeye, I've never even seen this, Glenn. I've never even heard of this. Kara. He went for the Aaron Cresswell style early cross towards Skamaka. And I don't know. It went very, 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 very high and very, very, very... It just, it was what it was. It was what it was. Yeah, that we've lacked a little bit. Like I say, when Paqueta comes back, I think we'll see a lot more of that. Like this team, but just with Paqueta instead of Downs in that 10 position, is vastly different. You have someone who's going to drop deep, get involved in the build-up play that allows us to build up better, and then finding those final balls in and around the area just a lot more effectively than what we are. Nice pressing there from Ben Rama and Skamaka as a unit, doing really nicely. Flynn Downs then takes up the position on Martinez, forces De Gea out wide. Good pressing. Good pressure from us here. Not something we've seen too much of. Again, we're growing into the game a little bit. They've played it out very nicely from there. Thomas Souček as well, to stop that from getting forward, and we win a throw. Good work from Thomas Souček. I tell you what, we're looking a little bit better there. We're looking a little bit better there. Last 10 minutes, grown into the game a little bit. Now, still not great, but grown into the game a little bit. Kara going to take the throw in on the right hand side. Short to Souček. Nice ball into the path of Bowen. Can't quite get there, but we're American footballing our way. Yards. We're gaining yards. Rugby style. We've punted it up. We're going to do a throw in now. We're taking it quickly and effectively. Oh my God, we've kept possession. The maddest glitch just happened. I can't explain it, but it was very scary. It was like I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's. I wasn't keen. I know it's Halloween, but we don't need the spookums, please. What was that, Charlie? Dawson just striding his way forward. And then, do you know what? The through ball to Kara wasn't bad, but it's just a little bit of miscommunication there between the two of them, and it is what it is. Listen, you're not going to get a disagreement from me, Darren. I agree with you. I think what I would say is, in this game, if we're talking about this game specifically, yes. Chemistry, I disagree with a little bit, but the rest of it I would agree with. In this game specifically. I think, like I say, early, we'll see how it grows. Last 10 minutes, we've certainly got better. There is definitely some chemistry beginning to exist, like I said, the last 10 minutes, but, you know, it is what it is. Cresswell wins a throw-in off Alanga. He's just pointing to people ahead of him, saying where are the options, pointing at Ben Rama, pointing at, I think it would probably be Skamaka. Short to Skamaka. That's a nice idea to flick it into the path of Bowen. It's down, sorry. Who just gets bullied off the ball there by Martinez. Who's looking to try and play a nice searching ball forward. He finds Ronaldo in space. And thankfully, a big old bit of miscommunication between Manchester United's front line there. A complete wasted opportunity. A really, really good opportunity in this. Love that. It's a difficult position to play because obviously those forward passes are usually blocked off pretty quickly because you've got defensive midfielders around you, you've got centre-backs around you. So, like, to be able to play forward passes in that sort of 10 position just behind a striker, you really need like just an uncanny vision and passing success rate, right? Which he doesn't really have. Again, I don't think that's why he's being played there though at all. Skamaka dispossessed, and thankfully again just massive miscommunication between Man United who have all turned into Anthony today, apparently just trying stuff that is completely unnecessary. It's going to be a free kick. Thank you very much, Luke Shaw. And we'll be taking that. I've got this it's like something up my nose, right? A bogey, probably. It's like here, and every time I talk, I can feel it vibrating. It's getting to me. That's how I probably would have started the game. I probably would have started Fornals in the 10 position. Outside of that, this is probably the exact 11 I would have started. Outside of, specifically, I would have put Fornals in that 10 position where Flynn Downs is playing right now. Outside of that, this is probably the exact 11 I'd start, to be fair. Fernandez forced backwards by nice pressing from Declan Rice. Back in our defensive positions. Almost every man behind the ball. Now officially every man in behind the ball. Good work, Skamaka. I mean, it was a scary hook. It ends up almost in the path directly of Marcus Rashford. But just good to get in, nip the ball away, and stop that opportunity. Oof. Martinez was a big boy ball. Don't know who that was looking for. I flip if Fabianski does really well. Tell you what, Martinez, look how good that is, by the way. He just collects the ball deep, just looks up. He sees the run from, I don't know who it is, Ericsson, I think it is. To be fair, both Ericsson and Rashford and Ronaldo were all offside. And a huge ball lands all the way into the area, and then Fabianski does really well to just nod that away. Oof. Just lands really awkwardly there, Fabianski, and goes down. Thankfully, it looks like he's going to be okay and carry on, but really nice idea from Martinez. Big ball forward from West Ham. Bit of head tennis. Ball over the top for Marcus Rashford. That weird thing's happening again. And we're back. Declan Rice does good defensive work to stop that. That glitch is so weird. I wish I could explain it. Ball over the top for Marcus Rashford. Collects it. Cuts on the inside. looking to try and find a bit of space. Nice overlap from Luke Shaw, and then Declan Rice just standing in position, coming across to Anthony Elanga. Thankfully, he's just there, gets it out. I'm having massive issues right now. Massive issues right now. Skamaka books. We have around a 5. The beauty of not having Sky Sports. Listen, Jack, I don't know what you want from us. I assume it's Jack. I don't know what you want from us, mate. What do you want? A team who can pass successfully in the Premier League? Never. Never. Please, please, internet. That's exactly what's going on. I think we've grown into the game a bit, you know, a bit. Certainly far from some sort of swashbuckling best performance. Oh my God, West Ham are going to batter Manchester United, blah, 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 blah. We're not that, okay? But we have grown into the game a little bit as it's gone on. Still sort of longingly wanting a different West Ham, not David Moyes' performance West Ham. But at the same time, we've grown a little bit into the game. Just not by much, not by enough. Short pass from Shaw. Casemiro looking to spread it across to Elanga. Zuma's headed away is awkwardly towards Ben Rama. Dalot battles for it and wins a throw. Dalot with the throw after a while. Ericsson. Bit of head tennis, whips it in. 1-0. We've had some warning. We've had some warnings. We've had some warnings when it comes to Marcus Rashford in the air, to be fair. And Dalot's been playing consistently a sort of cross from that area in towards the likes of Rashford and Ronaldo in those advanced positions, trying to get his head onto it. Just constantly finding those positions, just constantly getting on the end of it. We've sort of let them have it. We're okay with crossing usually, but it has to be crossing from a slightly deeper area. That early cross has been dangerous for Manchester United today, and that's a beautiful example of it. Dalot, short to Ericsson, a little bit of head tennis, lands at the feet of Ericsson again, whips it in to Marcus Rashford at the back post, who completely outdoes Kehrer. Unsurprisingly, Kehrer not exactly the best in the air. Comes from blindsided from Marcus Rashford. You can see in the background of Ericsson's cross, just David Moyes with his hands in the air. It's a really good header from Marcus Rashford, to be fair. Rises over Kehrer, just nods it in. Kehrer, I don't even know if Kehrer knows he's there. 1-0. And an uphill climb now. Just a stressful moment for us all now, just to watch this. And at this point, we don't look like we're particularly going to score. We're getting a corner off the back of it, but we've not been good enough. And we were sort of growing into the game, but it wasn't anywhere near like we were starting to blitz them or anything like that. It just felt like there was something, a bit of momentum building, a bit of passing building. We were starting to gain some opportunities. Ben Rama was starting to look really dangerous, but that was really it. We were sort of in the building process, and that's come as just a big old punch. Marcus Rashford doing really nicely with a header, and now we've got to come back from it in a game where we didn't feel like we particularly had the most of it to begin with. Corner though, Aaron Cresswell to take it from the left-hand side. Terrible corner. We move on. How do you feel about the front man? Good, because that's where the ball was going. Lays it short on the reload for Ben Rama, trying to cross it in, headed away from Casemiro again. It's really annoying because at 0-0, building a little bit, it feels like we could maybe push on forward into something happening. But at this stage, We're having to having to take on a Manchester United team where we're 1-0 down. I don't know how that's going to happen. To be fair, if we're being honest about it, this Manchester United team probably aren't going to sit back and relax. They're probably not going to stop. Coming for us. They're probably going to keep working for that and keep pushing that. But at the same time, we're 1-0 down, and now we have to get a goal to get a point, 2 goals to get a win, and I don't know how at all likely that is to be. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we impress ourselves. Maybe we step out into that. Maybe we find something that we didn't know we have inside us. Am I confident in that? No. But maybe. Who knows? The North Idaho TV network is just letting me down right now. I'm going wild. I'm going hog wild trying to figure this out. Maybe we'll take that as a thing. Tell you what, that will take. That will take for now. You're gonna see wild changes in the numbers. Oh, it's refreshed. Okay, fine. If that's the way you want to play it, that's the way you want to play it. Here we go. Oh, please, just work. Just seeing a replay of the goal right now. There's enough people there, maybe, that we should have stopped this. What a ball in from Christian Eriksen. What a ball in from Christian Eriksen. I wish I could, Fee. I wish I could. There are no bells available. Otherwise, I would be scoffing right now. I could tell you that much. I would be scoffing. If it gets to the point where we need to call for it, I can tell you what the options are. There's oranges. There's Dairy Dunkers. But bells are not on offer, unfortunately. Ball towards Suchek at the back post from a free kick. Doesn't really work out for West Ham. Ben Rama picks up the ball though on the right-hand side. So left-hand side even. Lazy shot to Aaron Cresswell. Looking for the cross. Ronaldo gets a block. Two minutes left of the first half plus stoppage time. And yeah. Like... disheartening, really disheartening. We would expect this as Shaw is down and getting spoken to by the referee. It's not like we wouldn't expect this because we 1000% would. We 10,000% would. Like if you looked at it and said this is going to be a very David Moyes performance, you would be 1000% correct, and I don't think anyone would disagree with you. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the most David Moyes performance possible, right? Sitting, well, not the most, but just seeing a very nicely done by Ben Rama. Nice little flick through with the nutmeg, but can't make anything of it. And now Manchester United can counter attack. Thankfully, the lack of passing options forces them back temporarily. But Bruno Fernandes, when you have players like that, you can reduce his options. It's fine. He'll create new ones. What a ball for Luke Shaw. Thankfully, we get back into defensive positions while we force it backwards. It's been a very David Moyes performance. Not the most David Moyes, but we've seen worse than this. But it has been very much sitting deep, hoping to counter-attack. The passing's not been good enough. The build-up's been nowhere near good enough. And it's just all very predictable. we're playing a defensive midfielder at number 10. I mean, I don't know how much more you can expect from it, and he's doing his job. I can't stress that he's Ronaldo. Looking for the header, can't quite find it, straight into the hands of Fabianski. It's not like he's doing bad. It's not like we're doing bad. It's not like he's doing bad, but it's just you're playing a player out of position, right? And it's just lacking that little bit of creativity that you want in that final third to sort of find something. Skamaka's doing well, or was doing well. He's sort of disappeared over the last 10 minutes, but was doing well, dropping off and getting involved in the build-up play. And that's not really happening much anymore. I don't know. You just look at it and you feel like there is more to be got at from this game. I think David Moyes would assess it as if he steps out of his shell and tries to go for it a little bit, then they will just punish us. And I don't necessarily think he would be wrong about that. It's going to take an insane performance in the second half to turn this game around. Benrahma looking bright, but outside of that, you know, from an attacking perspective, far from ideal. 1 minute of stoppage time. We've got 30 seconds left. I can see it's half-time though from the chat. What can we do? Yeah, he's not. He's had a couple of games. He's had a couple of games where he's looked absolutely lightning, and I felt like he was building up. I feel like he was building up Kera on the wide, on the right hand side, looking to try and find that cross. He's not a fullback, so he's not going to be able to cross the ball very well. Well, it's a nice flick though around the back. For Flynn Downs, he puts in a good cross. I tell you what, didn't know he had it in him. And there is the halftime whistle. Didn't know he had it in him. Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a lot. Bowen has been good in some games, and it felt like for a while he was building up. It felt like he was going, and something was happening, and the form was beginning to come back. But again, today he's disappeared again. I think he's sort of very in and out of form. Conversely, on the other side, I think Benrahma's looks good. I think when Benrahma's had the ball, I thought he's looked all right. I thought he's taken it well to them. There's been a couple of occasions where he's been the brightest spark really for us. If anything was going to happen, it was coming through Benrahma. And there was that 10-minute period, probably 5 minutes if we're being honest, where we did sort of step up and we were getting shots, and we were turning into that shot heavy West Ham we've seen over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it very quickly dissipated, and after their goal, it's been back to how it was. Big changes needed at halftime from David Moyes. You can't really just sit and defend anymore, mate. You know what I mean? Like, we might be able to do that. We might be able to sit. We might be able to compress ourselves and ping on the counter attack. But there's nothing really that we've seen this season that says or shows that we are the same counter-attacking force we have been over the last couple of seasons. If that was the case, if we had seen games, if we'd seen it consistently, that counter-attacking vibey, just all-out band side that we'd had before, Benrahma doing things, blah, 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 then yeah, maybe we could continue to sort of play the tactics we're playing and still get something out of this game. But as it is, I don't see that happening. I think you need to make big changes at halftime. Annoyingly, one of them is probably taking off Scamacca and bringing on Antonio. I mean, basically what you want is Antonio up front. You want that counter-attacking striker, right? You want Mikel Antonio doing what he does best, which is playing on that last man, spinning on his way to goal, causing problems. I think if we're going to be defending like we are, I think him being on the pitch is kind of a necessity in that extent. You want to be able to, it's negative, but we do want to be able to sort of punt the ball at Antonio and make something happen. Now, whether that is taking off Scamacca, I don't want to take off Scamacca, but that seems like the obvious thing, or whether it is taking off, say, Flynn Downs maybe, and putting it in sort of a two up front kind of system. I don't know which way we'd end up working it, but maybe Antonio plays slightly deeper as almost a cam himself or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I feel like for that counter-attacking opportunities, we do kind of need Mikel Antonio, because that's the only way this is going to work. That's the only way this system is going to work. Now, the other option, of course, is just completely throw the system out the window, which I'm kind of for. All right, I'm not going to be against that. If David Moyes comes out and then all of a sudden we're playing more attacking football, we're trying to step to and possession, but all that stuff, sweet. Let's go for it. Change formation, change whatever. I'm fine with that. But I don't see realistically David Moyes doing that. And so realistically, I think it might be Antonio who needs to come on. I don't know. How do you all feel? Let me know in the chat how you're all vibing after what was quite a rough half of football for West Ham from a West Ham perspective. Yeah, because yeah. I mean, I think this is the thing. There's a push and pull with this, right? Where you have to ask yourself. This is where at the end of the game we will hear the phrase, "He came and he went for the loss. He went for a 1-0 loss." Right? This is the moment. This is the moment where you decide whether or not you're going to play for a 1-0 loss or whether you're going to try and play for or a win. You know, and it's the decisions you make in this exact moment. And my gut says he'll make the decision we probably expect him to, which is 1-0 loss. But we'll see. Leave Scamacca on and have Antonio play off him. Or yes, that as well. That ideally. I don't see it happening, but ideally, yes, that. Bowen off. We need Areola. Scamacca is 5 times the player that Antonio is. If he comes on, it should be for Souček or Downs. I'm not saying Antonio is better than Scamacca. I prefer Scamacca. Look, you're not going to find someone who's been more critical of Antonio on West Ham YouTube than me. Go back years, can't cross, can't pass, can't shoot was the catchphrase, right? And I still kind of feel that way about him. But you have to look at it and say there are certain things that he does well that are clearly missing in this game to some extent. Downs off for Antonio would be the right call, but Moyes will never do it. Do you know what? I don't think he'll do it at half time, but I'm pretty confident we will see Mikel Antonio. Come on, go 4-2-4. Mate, what are you? What are you, an attacking coach, James? Never happening. Kara was terrible, getting roasted down the right-hand side and his positioning's poor. Yeah, I mean, that's my concern with Kara. I just don't like him at right back, man. I like his passing range a lot, but I just don't like him at right back at all. But we don't have many options. Ben Johnson is the person I would play, and he's playing out of form. He's out of form at the moment. Soufal was historically a great right back. He's out of form at the moment. So form-wise, you're probably saying Kara is the best option, but I'm not convinced by him at right back at all. At all. Crap again, can't defend. The thing is, Gary, is like we've been worse defensively than we usually are. We've got the good positioning. We've got the positioning we want. I say good positioning. We've got the positioning we want, but it has been very. We've allowed them to do what we wouldn't allow other teams to do. On top of that, they also have insane quality. So usually a cross from that sort of position from anyone else wouldn't be too bad. Christian Eriksen hitting that cross in, that's a completely different kettle of fish. It's Christian Eriksen, one of the best ball players in the what. He's incredible at it. The bigger concern is that Kara just gets completely mugged off by Rashford in it. That's my big concern from it. But yeah, our passing is awful, giving the ball away. Scamacca some nice touches. Rice has been superb. One shot and that was offside. I can't take Moyes anymore, says Lone. I think you could probably agree with most of what you're saying there. The end bit I don't know about yet, but I could probably agree with most of what you're saying there. Why playing too careful against top 6? Because he thinks it's the way to go, and it can't be. I mean, historically, he's not necessarily. I don't know. He wants to defend, and I don't think that's necessarily the wrong thing to do. I just think at some point you keep bashing your head against the wall, you're going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Antonio for Bowen, yeah, maybe Super Luke. Maybe that's what we should. Maybe that's what we should go for instead. Maybe we should go for that Antonio for Bowen situation. It has to be something. Bowen's not playing particularly well, so maybe Antonio. Yeah, you could play Antonio there. My concern would be we need Antonio in an advanced position to be able to counter-attack with him. To be able to aim for him for the counter-attack, we need him in as an advanced position as possible. But if he's playing on the right, for example, and he is in an advanced position as possible, that means defensively, either he's not doing defensive duties and therefore leaving Kara very exposed, and as we've seen today, probably not the best thing to happen, or you are... Or you're seeing him come way too far back and you're not getting the counter-attacking need what you want from him. But I don't necessarily disagree because, to be honest with you, Bowen's not been very good. Scamacca has to stay on if we want to score, give him something to play off. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just saying I think it will be Scamacca who'll give way. But I don't disagree with you. And I think Scamacca's played all right. I think he's not had a lot. I don't think he's done loads, but I think he's done all right. He's dropped deep. He's got involved in the play nicely, all that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm interested. If you were to make a substitution, let me put the bench up now. If you were to make a sub at halftime, what substitute would you make? I'm interested. Because again, I'm obviously saying I want to bring on Mikel Antonio. I don't know how, but I think that's probably, would I want to do that if I'm me? I don't know, but if I'm David Moyes, I am. But what would you do? I'm intrigued. Get it going across the bottom of the screen now to the bench. Let me know. Keep giving these teams too much respect. This is the new West Ham. They need to start acting like it. Yeah, but the new West Ham is the old West Ham. It's just got fancy players in it. Like, it's still we didn't change in the summer. The thing is, again, we could have changed, but we've had significant injuries. And I don't think... I've spoken about this on Two Spanners, One Hammer, who the Patreon exclusive podcast, patreon.com/Hammers Chat. You can find a link in the description below. Join, not today, join in like 2 days when it's the first to get more bang for your buck, because you get charged when you join and you get charged the first of the month. So if you join now, you get charged now and then at the beginning of the month again, which is an L. So do it after. But on Two Spanners, One Hammer, I've spoken about this relentlessly, right? I think the injury of Aguerd is... something that can't be underplayed, because we were looking to play a different system. I think it's pretty clear David Moyes wants to play it 3 at the back. I think that's pretty flipping clear, right? We were looking at wing backs, specifically in the likes of Filip Kostic. We brought in someone, Aguerd, who seems like he would be perfect for that sort of left centre back role. We've got Kehrer, who looks like he's perfect for that right centre back role in a back 3. I think it's very clear we were going to try and play a 3-back system. And unfortunately, Aguerd got injured instantaneously and it didn't work out for us. I think if those injuries didn't happen, obviously Paqueta today, for example, as well, is another one, I think you'd see a completely different West Ham team. But until that point comes when those people are back fit and they've had the time to bed in, they've had the traditional Moyes 8 years of not playing before he actually gets a game, bedding in period, I think you will see a different West Ham. Until that point comes... I mean, look at the team today, right? Look at the lineup today. Fabianski. So you're talking Kehrer, who's new. You're talking Downs and Scamacca, who are new. Downs is playing out of position, and Scamacca and Kehrer are the only two, because Kehrer is arguably playing out of position. So it's not like this is some sort of brand new West Ham team. That's almost the exact 11 we would play last year. Almost exactly. So we're playing like we're playing like it as well. I don't know. It's annoying, isn't it? Let's have a look at subs. I want to see what people think. I'm just trying to see when they start. It's obviously a bit all over the shop where it would start. Lanzini, Cresswell for Emerson. Cresswell's not been great today. Would I take him off for Emerson? No, probably not, but he's not been great today. Antonio for Souček, Bowen off Antonio. Don't matter what subs we make. Game is gone. Maybe, Vito. Maybe. I think we're playing well. I think we were playing well for periods, Ben. I just don't think it was an entire half. I think it was a 5 to 10 minute period where we were playing well, but that's not that. Bowen off for Antonio. Sufal for Kehrer. It's probably not a bad shout. I can't lie to you. Emerson, Downs for Lanzini. No subs at the moment. Fair. The ball was still in play with Deckers. Yeah, I think it was actually, to be fair. I think it was. I think you're 100% correct. I don't think it went out. But I don't really care. So whatever it is, just much of muchness. Lanzini for Downs, Antonio for Bowen. Don't matter about subs. It's the tactics. I agree, but a sub would necessitate some tactical change as well, potentially, Chris. But I don't disagree with you there. Bowen for Antonio. I wouldn't change the lineup other than maybe Kehrer. It's the tactics. Yeah, I agree. Emerson on for Antonio. It's a free hit. I don't get this defensive mindset. It's a good point, Glenn. It's a very good point. I don't think that's unfair, to be fair. I don't think that's unfair. I think you look at it and you say, well, I don't like praising Gio. You all know this. I don't like praising the guy. All right, he can shut up and go away. But the thing he says about at the beginning of the season, you look at all the games and you tick off the sort of ones that you think are going to be wins and draws. You look at Manchester United, you wouldn't expect anything from it. So at what point, why not sort of go for it? I mean, again, David Moyes and goal difference suggests he never will do that. But Carlos Tevez, Jesus Christ, I wish. Okay, fair enough. injured as well. Again, that's also a huge part of it. Paqueta playing today changes this team significantly. Now, he'll still be dropping deep and stuff, but imagine having someone in that 10 position who has that ability to unlock a defence as well as he can. Imagine having someone who's going to give you the work rate of downs, which is what Paqueta does, but also has that silky, special touch where, you know, we're not going to pump it long and hope it hits Benrahma. We're going to be able to lay it into the feet of Paqueta, who can then find Benrahma. You know, having that a little bit more assuredness in the positioning, having that a little bit more assuredness in possession, having that little bit more extra ability to be able to unlock defenses in that final third. I mean, that changes it completely. Kara played class at right back for Germany. Did well in the first game here. Yeah. He did, but I just have concerns, man. Like, I don't disagree with you, Dean. To be fair, I didn't see him for Germany, and I think he's shown flashes of it here at right back, but there's just something about it that just concerns me. His positioning-wise, the defensive side of it. I don't think he's great at crossing. I think he's good everywhere else. The bit in between the defending and the crossing, oh, love that. The passing, the control, the pay. I like a lot of it. I think he gets forward. I think he loves to get forward, but it's that defensive side and then the crossing. I just don't see it from him. I don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's just before kickoff. We, of course, have the thing here in the top corner. We're going to be kick off in just a few moments' time. Before that, I will ask you to have a gander in the description below at our sponsor, the MUNWHU app, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard of it, what are you doing? They sponsor us a lot and they're very kind about it. It's a lovely football app that allows you to follow only the things you care about. So say, for example, you're fed up of hearing about news of Tottenham. You don't have to hear about it because guess what? You only have to follow West Ham. It allows you to follow the things specifically that you want, and it only gives you that news. If you've ever wondered why Gio and Gonzo get the lineup right as it happens in the build-up show, bang, it's the MUNWHU app. Ladies and gentlemen, the link is in the description below. I would highly recommend you check it out. It's a beautiful, wonderful app. I would go as far as to say it is the MUNWHU app. Check it out. Link in the description below. We will, of course, be live throughout the rest of this game. For good or for bad. We will, of course, be live for the rest of it. And then at full time, Gonzo will be back to do a review, apparently, with Irish Tommy, which would be very exciting. That'll be very exciting. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on that sort of stuff. But hey, like the video while you're here. It helps us out massively. And on top of all that, I would appreciate if you just stuck around because I do this by myself, and so without you, this whole sort of palaver doesn't really work out. You look at these other watch-alongs; they got 2-3 people on it, but I'm here by myself, trying to make it happen. And so if you could stick around, that'd be very kind. However, there is a change at halftime, not the one that anyone would have wanted or expected, but Alphonse Areola has come on for Lucas Fabianski at halftime. I assume it was the injury from when he jumped up to try and collect the ball and the foot and the knee thing went badly. I assume that's what's changed here. I don't think tactically he's going to have gone for Areola at all. But listen, it's not great. Oh, that's a good ball through instantaneously for Marcus Rashford. Good defender from Kera that time. And a big boot for Areola. But yeah, I feel like Leonardo. Thank you very much, my friend. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Come on. 300 is the goal, everything. We've flown up to 327. We can fly past that today. 300 is the goal. We've nailed that. House money at this point. Let's see what we can get to. But yeah, I don't think it's a tactical thing. I would suspect it is an injury thing. He twisted his ankle when he landed. Yeah, he landed awkwardly. He definitely landed awkwardly. I don't know what it was. Ankle, knee. There was something about it where instantaneously it just looked bad for him. For a while. Thank you. I'm just a good welder, you know. Just a good welder, you know. You have my phone and a spoon. Legendary welding techniques, you know. The sort of shit you get here. These other ones, they're just talking about football. I'm giving you welding tips. Good interception from Bowen, who does his classic sprint full pace in a direction that's not forwards. Love a bit of that. It's one of my favourite things Jared Bowen does. Picks up the ball and then just sprints full pace in a direction anywhere but forwards. It's usually backwards. That time it was sideways, which was fun. He really goes for it as well. He really bloody sprints, you know what I mean? It's not very useful, but he does it. He does it. Dawson, nice ball forward, finds Bowen. Kera, nice 1-2. Good space for Bowen. That's a nice ball in towards Skamaka. Harry Maguire does well to deal with that one, but it was a nice idea. It's me, the Tungsten Hero. There you go. Came for football, stay for the welding. It's been said before, and it'll be said again. You know? I'm also seeing the word Lewis Morte come up in chat, and I don't want to get too excited. Bro, it was very exciting, Dean. He's on the coaching stuff. Get him at the bowl. What are we doing? You know, we talk about the idea of losing Pearce and that, like, passion. Get Morte back. Come on. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Manchester United passing the ball around tentatively at the back. Again, covering the passing lanes relatively well. Forcing them to go long. We'll take that and we win possession back. Nicely done because of it. Rice nods it down to Downs, who tries to lay it back into the path of Rice. Doesn't quite work, but he instantly gets forward. Unfortunately, that loses out the ball. Now Manchester United can go straight through the lines and force us back. Thankfully, their passing is awful. But that moment of pressure is that moment of pressure is passed. But they've passed it all the way back again. Just start cutting those passing lanes again. Come on, faster. Oh, they do it well. It was slow, but they did it well. Declan Rice recollects the ball from the interception. Nicely done. Finds Ben Rama, who looks to try and take on Dallo, who, to be fair, is having a good game today. Diogo Dallo's having a good game today. You got to respect it. Laid down to the line for Ben Rama. Whips it back across for Skamaka. Off Martinez second time. Oh, he's going to get done for a high foot there. He's going to get done for a high footer. Probably a yellow. Hey, Leonardo. Happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. Hope you have a grand old day, first of all. Ignoring the football. We can't control that. That's done and dusted out here. But I hope you have a grand old day, bro. Happy birthday. I didn't know. They don't have Belmore, but they have Benny McCarthy. Listen, you got to learn from the greats. I wouldn't have him back at the ball. Although, I've heard he's quite a good coach, but I don't know if I'd have him back at the ball. He's not got that Boa Morte quality to him, you know what I mean? How does my guy MUNWHU play rope-a-dope and still defends when losing? Bruv. Thank you, appreciate it. Jamie, real quick. Are you around at like 8 p.m. tonight? Do you want to do 2 spanners? I have to find a guest. I was going to put it in the Addicts group chat, but if you're on it, you can come on if you want. I need to guest for 2 spanners, 1 hammer tonight at 8 p.m. I just haven't thought. I was going to put it in the chat because I had someone pull out. So if you want it, bro, you're welcome to come on. But nicely cut out there by Dawson. Rice, nice interception. Finds Bowen. Yeah, no worries. It was more if you were about. Don't worry about it. It's not an issue. I want you to come back on at some point soon, but appreciate it. Enjoy Butlins, bro. Enjoy Butlins, you know? This time of year, it's going to be chilly, mate. It's going to be chilly. I respect it. Seeing the word Antonio a lot in chat now. Antonio coming on. Kara loses out to Marcus Rashford. Souček does well to win the ball back, find Bowen, and then Luke Shaw with the block. It's going to be a free kick as easy as you like. Very OTT from Jared Bowen. He doesn't go for the full-on dramatics, but I do like the sort of as he goes down was quite fun. You know? By the way, if there's any patrons in the chat right now and you want to come on to Spanish today, let me know. If you're a patron of Hammer's chat and you wish to come on the show at 8 p.m, let me know. Let me know. Because I'm going to put it in the Alex group chat after this and try and find someone anyway. But if someone's here who wants to do it, might as well, innit? I'd be more than delighted for that. My G, I'm very tired. Oh, Antonio. Yeah, there is Antonio. I'm incredibly tired, but I'm all right. How are you? Head on a swivel, looking for Frankel. Just making sure he's not close at any point. I'm walking around Tesco. Is he here? So far, so good. Declan Rice carrying the ball forward, forced to go backwards. There's an opportunity in this second half to find something. It's just not quite working yet. But there is something in this. Half. It doesn't feel like Man United are particularly firing on all cylinders, and we're getting opportunities from interceptions from Rice and Souček, and there's something to be got at. It's just, not quite. Souček, nice ball spread out wide to Kara there. Didn't know he had it in him. And then, if I'm being honest, a very bad pass from Kara. I mean, it was accurate, but it just wasn't particularly a good idea. Elanga just stopped nicely there by Rice and Zuma. Forward to Ben Rama. Downs, who's playing a little bit. He seems to be playing a little bit deeper in this second half. We have seemed to have changed to more of a. It feels like a little bit more of a 4-3-3 in this half. Well, Downs seems a little bit more withdrawn. He feels a little bit more withdrawn into the left, with maybe Rice playing as the sort of the pivot boy, the anchor, and Souček on the right. All ball in, headed away from the Man United defender. Good interception from Zuma. Again, Man United just not quite getting it together. Zuma going on a run. Jesus Christ, that was terrifying. Thankfully, Dalot tackles it and loses it for a corner, which will take. Sorry, not a corner, a throw-in, which will take, because Zuma got blood rush to the head there and flying forward, and bad times. Antonio's about to come on. I would guess against, it would probably be for Scamacca. Would I do that? No, but also with a yellow card, I guess you sort of have to do it. Yeah, it was going to be Scamacca. Antonio coming on for Scamacca. We are now going full Moyes. If you ever wanted to know what full Moyes was, that's this. Now, like I said, I think it is probably better than what we were doing. We've got a better chance at scoring doing this than we did doing the thing we were doing before. Is it what I would do? No. But I do think it is a better option. Is it the right option? We'll find out. Yeah. Of course. That's why my friend who's a teacher can meet up. Right, that makes more sense now. Yeah, of course. Let me know when you come back and we'll sort out that, because I'd love you to come back on, bro. But yeah, enjoy it. And again, wrap up, because I suspect it's going to be chilly, mate. I suspect it will be cold. there's something, again, I keep saying it, but I'm just looking at the way the two teams are playing right now. The way they're set. Oh, that's a nice pass from Dawson. Hooked in. Oh, pardon me, flipping X. Sorry, my stomach has gone absolutely insane. It was a really nice through ball from Dawson. Finds, I don't know who it was, Bowen, or I think hooks it across first time. I think it was Bowen. Into the path of, I don't even know who it was. I think it was Souček arriving. It was close. I'm just looking at the way the two teams are playing right now, and I just feel like there's something here. It is definitely a 4-2-3-1, by the way, although Souček's playing a little bit more... Downs feels a little bit deeper and Souček feels a little bit more forward, but I think the formation is still a 4-2-3-1. I just think there's something to be got. Again, Manchester United, Dalot there, losing possession to Ben Rama. I mean, they recollect it instantaneously, but again, I just think there's something here. There is definitely something here. Maybe bring on 4-4-nows for Downs or something. Just get something just a little bit more creative in that 10 position. Zuma doing well there under a lot of pressure from the cross. I mean, has Ronaldo touched the ball in this second half? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he has. Getting there. Yeah, it just feels like they've it feels like they've gone down a couple of gears. If we could just get out of the quick, yeah, there's something I don't think that's necessarily his fault, Darren, the position he's playing, but yes. Go on, Moyes. Get a little bit above your station and go for it. Come on. You can do it, bruv. There's 30 minutes left. You've kept it to 1 at this point. Let's just have a go. It's not going to happen. Laid short to Kera out wide on the right-hand side. He's got an overlap from Antonio. He's got the underlap from Bowen, who goes inside on Maguire. No foul, apparently. I don't know if I think that was a foul, if I'm being honest. Kera short to Souček. Good work from Bruno Fernandes, to be fair. Good defending, Declan Rice. It's well done from Jarrod Bowen, but I don't think it's a foul for me. So yeah, Manchester United are changing formation. Elanga, I think, is coming off for McTominay. I don't know what formation that means they're going to be playing. But, I mean, Erik ten Hag has clearly felt and seen whatever's been going on as well, because he's made a significant sub. He's taken off a tricky winger and brought on a defensive midfielder. A box-to-box midfielder. Yeah, that's my opinion as well, Dean. That's my opinion as well. Probably means Eriksen, I guess, goes into a advanced position. I don't know. Luke Shaw's on the ball now, charging into a bit of space and plays it in towards Ronaldo. Headed wide. Again, we've been a bit susceptible to that today. Oh, that hit me out of nowhere. We've been a bit susceptible to that today. Crosses and ball playing in from that sort of position. Sort of early crosses, but from more central positions. That's where their goal comes from. And that's ball through to Rashford, finds Ronaldo. He's going to shoot. Yeah, nothing there. He all of a sudden finds a bit of space round the back, weak on his left foot, hits it. Bad from one of the best. Really nice pass from Marcus Rashford. And Kurt Zouma comes across to him. He's no Pereira, is he? That was almost a carbon copy of the Pereira goal that Fulham scored against us, except it was Cristiano Ronaldo at the end of it and not Pereira. Therefore, it didn't go into the back of the net. Listen, as long as you're warm, that's all that matters. Man United starting to grow back into this game now. Marcus Rashford, he's got Luke Shaw on the overlap. He tries to take on Kehrer a couple of times. Instead, passes it back to Eriksen. A nice ball into McTominay. Finds Ronaldo, who hits it from range. Over. All of a sudden, this game's complexion has changed completely. Ronaldo hitting a quick. All of a sudden, this game has changed completely. Manchester United finding some success, some joy, some shots. I don't feel as comfortable as I did. I think we need a change. We know we need a change. We've needed a change for a while, but Areola does well to punch that one away. If we've needed a change, but the point is at this point it's abundantly clear we need a change, and we need to do it sooner rather than later. Dalot does really well there, puts it across, nodded away. It's all well and good being a reactive manager, but sometimes you do actually have to react. And at this point, react because they have, and they're seeing a lot of joy from it. And at this point, it's only going to get worse. So, Rashford looking for the underlap. Good defender from Thomas Souček. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. But then again, we've had quite a bit of possession today. Yeah. Listen, I agree, Dean. 1,000%. All ball into the box. Cleared away from Dawson. Manchester United can continue to just build it around, deflected cross. They're going to get a corner again. I agree. Don't get me wrong. I would much prefer a reactive manager. You know what I mean? I would much prefer a proactive manager. I like people like, Graham Potter's a great example of someone who changed formations completely depending on oppositions. I like that. I want people who are going to change up and go for it, right? But what I'm saying is, it's all well and good being reactive if that's the way you're going to play it, but I wouldn't mind... hold it over. I wouldn't mind if you actually reacted. Because right now, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of reaction. Or Declan Rice is flying forward right now. Lays it short out. Kehrer, who's somehow super advanced, lays it back to Declan Rice in space. That's a good cross. Ooh, it's Dalot with a header away. That was nicely done. Enter Tyno 89. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, bro. Hope you are about as boring as Cotton reciting the Bible. Yeah. 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 What can he do? Shout out Dot, though, you know what I mean? Shout out Dot. What a G. What am I saying? Facts. That's what I'm saying. I'm spitting facts. Right. Cross in from the corner. Headed away. Usual front post nonsense. Looking for Rice down the wing. Wins another corner. A couple of moments here. Wouldn't mind if we actually did a good corner. We've had a couple today. One of them was good. But, we play it short and Ben Rama puts it out to back post. Souček just being manhandled to an extent by Martinez. Bowen takes a second bite. Well, that's not bad. Ben Rama flicks it back across, can't quite manage it. Souček manages to get his head onto the end of it. It's bouncing about. Declan Rice under some pressure manages to keep that, and then Flynn Downs. Okay, we keep possession of the ball. Not too bad and not too bad. That's okay. That's not too bad. Ben Rama. The idea was nice. Oh, Antonio's going to get there. Antonio Frozen does well to fight for that. Good work, Mikhail. Nice 1-2 with Thomas Souček. Bundling his way through. Shot from range. Don't know who that was. It was Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson. Going for a... Mikhail Antonio does really nice work and then a really good 1-2 of Thomas Souček. Lands at the feet of Craig Dawson, who goes for an outrageous shot from range, looking to bend it in top bins. Mad. Love a bit of Craig Dawson. If there's someone I want to do a wasteful shot from range, it's him. It's him. Nice 1-2 again. Nice work. Ben Rama takes it past Manchester United. Does well. Hits a shot into the hands of De Gea. But again, he's looking bright. He's buzzing about. He's making things happen. He's taking the ball past people. If something's going to happen, it feels a little bit like it'll go through him. But I don't know. You know? Manchester United passing it around in the back. Pressing doesn't go super well and they can play it relatively easily to Ronaldo, although that ball was a bit wild. Thank you very much. Just Kera into the path of Bowen. Nicely onto Kera on the overlap. He's got Antonio in the centre. The ball isn't great, but Antonio almost makes it work, and it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Young James Hetfield? Alright, I'll go with that. I need to shave and cut my hair so badly, but I'll take that. Thank you, Aberdeen with that. Corner on the right-hand side for West Ham. All of the big boys in there, which means we will inevitably hit the front man at the front post for no reason at all. Oh, no, it's gone further in. Header. Ooh, it looked like it was that from an angle where it looked like I might be going towards goal, but it wasn't. Ben Rama. Reload from Cresswell. Bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. He just... Moyes wouldn't do a good reaction channel because he wouldn't react. He would just sit and stare at the screen. You know, you see, like... You know, you watch, like, those reaction channels, right? Like, we'll do music or whatever. And they'll just sit and they'll just watch it. Like this. And it'll be in the bottom corners. Then the video ends. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has it in him. Got possession of the ball, just playing it around on the left-hand side here, West Ham. Nice ball into the path of... Don't know who. Ben Rama. Just Flynn Downs. Can't take it round. Rice tried to just let that one go out incorrectly for a throw-in and ends up Man United nipping it away, and now they can come forwards. Nice counter-attacking opportunity. A huge ball looking for Ronaldo. It wasn't great, but Ronaldo's going to pick it up on the far side. Just about keeps that in, so with Luke Shaw. That's going to be a yellow card for Thomas Souček, surely. Luke Shaw just takes it through Thomas Souček there, through the legs, and Thomas Souček just... Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card. Reaches out in a completely wild way. And it's going to be a yellow card. It's easy. Easy as you like that decision. Big slime YouTuber, David Moyes. would be incredible. Imagine that. Imagine that. Muted myself for the yawn there. Free kick to Manchester United. Left-hand side, about 30 yards away. You're talking corner section. I mean, Christian Eriksen could go for it if he really wants to, but it's going to be a cross. He does. He puts it in towards the back posts. Doesn't really work out. Ben Rama does nice with the interception and then gets that one away. It's well done there from Ben Rama, to be fair. Manchester United with possession of the ball just outside the area, looking to sort of pass it around, can't quite make it work. McTominay finds the ball, lays it out wide to the fullback who whips it in. Good block by Zuma. I'm hearing the word Pablo Fornals being spoken about. I think we might be about to see Pablo Fornals coming on. I would wonder who for. I mean, Downs is the obvious option. Downs is the obvious option. My concern is it will be Ben Rama. But Downs is the obvious option. Manchester United doing well just to pass through the lines. Ronaldo tries to hit it from range, doesn't work out. I can imagine, bro. I can imagine. The slime revolution of the last 4 or 5 years has been a big one on YouTube. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Oh, to have a successful slime channel. You're making bank right now. But I can imagine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like he's going Super Saiyan. Yeah. I mean, look. He's been really good with blonde hair. I think wasn't there a thing with like the international manager didn't like it or something? I don't know. Awesome fouling Bruno Fernandes there. Enter type, please. Please. Okay, Pablo Fornals is about to come on. Moyes is like poo. Hold on too long before it goes. Which, you know, I don't think I would have worded it that way, but there's certainly is a certain je ne sais quoi about it. I don't know if I'd quite word it that way, but there's certainly something about it. Eriksen with the free kick from the from whatever the awkward challenge was before that I just spoke about that I've completely forgotten about. Hit from range deflects off from Manchester United, headed away from Flynn Downs, only goes as fast as Luke Shaw. Rashford picks up the ball back into Shaw. It's a good crossing position. Thankfully, it wasn't a great cross. He had to just hook it at that point. 15 minutes to get something from this game. They coincide, Ishmael. They coincide, you know? Again, if I had one, I would. I mean, people are calling for it. I'm seeing 2 calls for bells right now. There is no bell to have, but if you want to call for it, we can discuss the options. We could discuss the options. I'm fine with that. I mean, I haven't eaten, so I'm very hungry, so it's fine by me. But, you know, we'll figure it out. But there are no bells, but we can discuss the options. Declan Rice plays it out to Ben Rama on the left-hand side. A couple of step-overs looking to take on the fullback. Casemiro fouls him in the end. I've seen the word Downs. Does Downs come off? We'll find out now, I guess. Ben Rama tries to take it on, and it's Dallo and Casemiro just take him out. It is Flynn Downs who's come off for Pablo Fornals. A thankless task in his role, if we're being honest about it. A very thankless task. It's not his position. He's playing out of position. He's trying to make stuff happen. But realistically, when you're a defensive midfielder playing an attacking midfield role, and you're there really just for sort of pressing purposes, what more is there you can really do? It is what it is. I'm sort of interested to see what this does formationally. I would suspect it should be exactly the same, but Rice. Oh, that was a noise I've never made before in my entire life. Rice with the free kick. Not really something I enjoy, to be fair, but he whipped that one in. And it ends up taking double deflected headers. First one comes off Ronaldo. Second one comes off, I think, Martinez. I don't know, but it's going to be a throw-in. Just in case you were concerned about it. Mikel Antonio is going to take a long throw. Man United come away with the ball. Oh, it's nicely done by Rashford. He's just pulled back by Kehrer. That's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card for Kehrer there. Makes sense. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like I say, it's a tough situation for Downs playing in that position because he's really only there to press. That's about it. Ericsson goes off for Fred in the meantime, by the way. He's really only there to press, and that's about it. And there's nothing really much more he does or can do. And so in that position, it's a bit like, okay. Because, like, there's more to his game than that. But it's being completely... It's the Pablo Fornals thing, right? Pablo Fornals plays on the left-hand side because of certain aspects of his game that Moyes really likes. So he ends up playing on the wing a lot, right? And you look at it and you think, that's not making the most of what you have. The key attributes you have are not anywhere near useful enough on the wing. Like, you can do it sometimes, and, you know, there's certain things that make sense, but not a lot. And it's the same with Downs as 10. Zuma just charges forward there and passes it straight off the pitch. And it's the same thing with Downs as a 10, where there's certain things... There are certain things that make sense about him in a 10. Like I say, he's probably good at the press. He's not bad in a close control situation. But you look at his attributes and you just think that's not where you're supposed to be. And it's so frustrating to watch. And it's all he can really do. It's all he can really do, you know? Like I say, this Fornals collects that one really nice back heel into the path of Kehrer. And West Ham can all of a sudden go forward. It's a nice ball into Declan Rice, I think, from Thomas Souček. Lays it back towards Souček. Short to Fornals. Rice looking for the cross, maybe. Less said about that, the better. Less said about that, the better. Oh, nicely done. Souček hits it. Headed away from Maguire. Hooked back in towards. Can't quite find it. Punted away, and now Manchester United could be on a counter-attack, but Kurt Zouma stops that one very, very nicely. Famously players like, yeah, exactly. It's like there are 2 or 3 things about Fornals' game that really... There are 2 or 3 things about Fornals' game that make David Moyes like him in that position. And I respect it and I understand it. Whatever. We move. Same thing about Flynn Downs at Cam. I sort of get what David Moyes is doing, even if I do strongly disagree with it. Because you look at holistically the player as a whole and you just go, why the hell are you putting him there? like there's so many other aspects to his game. It just makes no sense. It's like putting Skamaka at the back because he's okay in the air. You know? I don't know. Whipped in, deflects off the first man from a cross from Cresswell. Ronaldo tries to play forward, ends up having to go backwards, and Manchester United could counter-attack, but I'll tell you what, fair play by Kehrer. That's really nicely done. Just dispossesses Shaw, comes forward with the ball, lays it short to Pablo Fornals out on this right-hand side, puts it into a good position. Antonio can't quite get there. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Of all people to take shots at me today, Ron Burgundy. Fair play. Whatever Ron Burgundy says is the thing. When I say you can respect it, I think I'm just saying whatever's coming into my mind. But Ron Burgundy's told me off, and do you know what? I rescind all my previous comments, Mr. Burgundy. I apologise. I hope you're well. Hope you're well. It's going to be a corner. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Put a cross. Nodded away. We'll take that. Yeah, Ben Rama on the ball. Zuma! Knocking on the door. It may be right at the death, but we're knocking on the door. Aaron Cresswell picks up and puts in a really nice ball. Zuma gets his head onto it. And it's a brilliant save. It's a brilliant save. Corner comes in again. It's going to be a long throw from Mikel. No, good. Thank you, Kera. My God, he just took charge of that situation. He laid it off to Mikel Antonio to do the long throw and then actually just took it back off him and put Antonio into the area. Good. I'd quite like a striker in the area. That'd be quite nice. Hooks away. Nah, Dory, I didn't mean it in a bad way. Okay, let me explain myself. I agree with you 1000%. I am one of Pablo Fornals' biggest fans. You won't find many people who like Pablo Fornals as much as I do, okay? And I agree with you. I think he works better in the centre. When I say I can respect it, what I mean by that is it's sort of just a turn of phrase that I'm just saying for the sake of saying. But because I'm live for like several hours and at that point, you just sort of free flow generate words as they go and it just whatever comes out, right? But what I mean by that is you look at it and you say, okay, Pablo Fornals clearly, I think, works at left wing for specific reasons. I would prefer him in the centre, but I get that. Same with Flynn Downs today. Now, I wouldn't have played Flynn Downs today. I would have played Pablo Fornals. But you look at it from David Moyes' perspective, you've got the options of Flynn Downs, who's worked well and worked hard, and even though it's not worked in terms of tactics and formation, like the effort and the performance is sort of there. Or you have Fornals, who people have had massive criticisms on this season, or you have Lanzini, who clearly has been a shadow of himself for years, right? And so you look at it and you go, okay, I sort of get why he's doing it, even though I disagree with it. Injuries are and the options are that it just is the way it is. Again, I wouldn't do that. Same with Pablo Fornals. I think Pablo Fornals on the wing works. Do I like it? No, I would prefer him playing in cam. I'd prefer him playing as a number 10. I prefer him playing in the centre, whether that's slightly deeper in an 8 or a 10. I think his passing range is brilliant. I think there's so many aspects to his game that I would really love in that position. Ultimately, I think it should be a 4-3-3. It should be a 4-3-3, but I understand what's going on, and that's what I mean by I respect it. But yeah. Zuma with a very awkward piece of control. Oh, my nose. Still getting that weird vibration thing. It's just a frustrating situation because you look at it and there's so many situations with David Moyes where you see certain players doing certain things for reasons that are David Moyes wants them to, and you think if you just let them do something else, it would be great. But that's where we're at, right? I have a cold coming on. I think that's what's happening. I'm very bunged up all of a sudden. Very bunged up. Fernandez, wide right, lays it short to McTominay, who has way too much space. Into Fred. Oh my God, it hit the post. Oh my God, where's the defence gone? Where's the defence gone? How is Fred getting a header, a free header in the space like that? Bruno Fernandes lays it short to McTominay, who's in all of the space, and then plays it into Fred, who again is in all of the space, who gets a great header on it, just angles it away from Ariel, who's rooted to the spot, and it hits the post. Jesus Christ. What happened? What has happened? Where did that come from? Ben Rama does well, lays it short to Declan Rice, who's going to take a shot from range. It deflects. We're going to get a. It deflects, and we're going to get a corner, but ultimately not anything I don't. Not anything I'd want. Corner. Not a bad corner, but headed away from Maguire. Declan Rice comes flying in, and Ronaldo managed to force him into a situation where we keep possession of the ball. Recycled through Areola. Declan Rice has it. So few options there that literally Marcus Rashford standing a bit near Rice forces him to go all the way back to Areola. That's how few options there are in the pass. McTominay, it's a nice spreaded ball, but a good interception from Areola. Play it quickly, which he does. Poor pass from Fornals, but Cresswell collects it regardless. Nicely done from Antonio, finding Fornals, who's charging forward now. Find him, ping it over at him. He can't quite get there. Short to Ben Rama. Got a minute and a half of normal time to go, then plus whatever stoppage there is to get something. You would say if someone's going to score right now, it would be us. It would be us. Ben Rama takes on Fred, beats him, lays it short. It was a nice idea to try and find Kera. It doesn't quite work out. Ronaldo plays it out wide. Elanga. Good tackle. Good tackle, Kurt Zuma. Come forward with it. Come on. Come on. A minute plus. Here's a better chance of scoring. Listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I can't act like you're wrong. Still. I'm watching Manchester United versus West Ham. What game are you watching, guys? Yellow card for Bruno Fernandes. Jared Bowen being quite theatrical about it, but it was a foul. Just being very theatrical about it. Ah, come on. Right, long ball cross. Looking for it. Over the top of everyone, just headed away. Again, it's not a bad pass, but it's just no one on the end of it. Marcus Rashford tried to take the ball away from Kera, who does well there to stop him several times and force him back. Good work by Kera. We collect the ball. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 2.5 minutes to get something. 2.5 minutes to get something. Come on. Do literally anything. Corner. Zuma looks dead. Coming forward, he's just tired AF. Oh, not a great cross. No one can get on attack of it. Sorry, did Fred just do a step over? I'm sorry, did Fred just do a step over against us? And his ball was awful. I mean, great control by Ariel, to be fair, but flipping out. A minute and a half to go. Come on. A huge hoof towards Dawson. Nowhere close, and Man United are going to take their time with this one. I'm going to stop looking at chat because I know you're ahead of me, so you'll be coming close to the end of the game. Rice in the middle of the park on the left-hand side. Big searching crossfield diag. Nicely done. Finds Pablo Fornals. Takes on Bruno Fernandes for pace. Beats him. Pulls it back across. Oh, Bowen! Oh, no! That was the chance. That was the chance. 30 seconds to go. That was the chance. Great interception from Aaron Cresswell. Benrahma charging forward, finds Declan Rice, back to Benrahma. Battling for it, he's doing really well. Solid tackle from Maguire. Rice hits it! Oh my god, Jesus Christ. That is... That's probably his best work today. That was a screamer from Declan Rice. It lays up for him about 25 yards away from goal, and he unleashes an absolute venomous strike. Incredible hit from Declan Rice. Jared Bowen just seeing that replay again. Corner. Areola's up for it. Header falls down. West Ham still on there. Punched away from De Gea. And there is the final whistle. Bollocks. End of the game, it ends Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. The late rally, not enough to get a goal. A couple of really close chances. That Bowen one right at the death. Like, the Declan Rice shot is what will be spoken about, but let's be real, that was a punt from range. The Bowen one in the 6-yard box practically hits it and just can't make it happen, and it ends. It ends. Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. That's a shame. We didn't deserve it, if we're being honest about it. I don't think we deserved anything from it. But it is what it is. Like, we should have done better than that. It didn't work at all. And at the end of the day, Manchester United deserve it, and we didn't. There was a couple of periods of the game where we did have control and we were making stuff happen, but for the vast majority of it, it just was not happening. Annoying. Like I say, it's one of these things where, look, realistically, you look at it and you say, beginning of season, we're not really expecting anything from Manchester United. There was definitely something to be got at from that game, but we just weren't good enough to get it. And that conversation will go on for the rest of the evening, I suspect, and for the rest of the week until we inevitably play in Europe again. But we'll be back for that game. Of course, we were the only West Ham channel last year who did watch along every single week, every single game. We've only missed 2 since we started doing the watch alongs in lockdown, at the beginning of lockdown. So, hey, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. While you're down there, hit the like button. We got to 363 right now, so that's very good for us. 300 to go, so we've had a grand old time in that sense. So if you haven't already, like the video while you're down there and all that good stuff. We'll be back for the next game. But until then, enjoy the review with Gonzo, which will be happening in just a moment. Come on, you Irons, and we'll see you next time. See you later, everyone. Bye.